All right, I think we're good. Yo, what's up, everyone? How's it going? I'm about to unmute everyone. I just muted the shit out of everyone. Yes, because that's just what I do. Uh-oh. Hold on. All right. Hey, guys. Welcome to the 2REAL4FEELS podcast, episode 17. Where we do not give a fuck about your feelings. Yes, I totally botched that. But still, I mean it with all of my heart and my soul. But today... Oh, man, I love this, man. We got the homie Mo Chocolate. What is good with you, bro? It's good to have you here.
It doesn't matter what comes. Fresh goes better with life. With Mentos freshness full of life. Fresh goes better. Mentos freshness. Fresh goes better with Mentos freshness full of life.
All right. Someone has to hire Mo Chocolate to be like... The spokesperson, yes. Like, cause you'd be a great spokesperson for Mentos or whatever, man. I saw your Mentos.
A fresh maker.
Yes.
There we go.
No, ask me if you don't like Big Red, then fuck you.
Oh
Big Red. That's my slogan.
You'd be like the modern spokesperson, Cult 45. Like, yo.
I could totally Aqua available right now. ICBS.
Exactly. Yes, but Billy D. Williams happens to be one of my favorite actors, and him doing the Cult 45 commercials, those shits are legendary, man. But you should totally, I could totally see like just being a badass spokesperson like Billy D. But it's good to have you here, Mo Chocolate, man.
There's the comms. I was on private chat the whole time. Whoopsie. I'm new. I'm too old for this. This social
you and me both.
Bullshit.
I don't want to hear about your ages. I want to hear about your ages, you young assholes.
I'm damn. I'm older than you, my friend.
No, you're not.
I will say this: you guys are both up there. Surprisingly,
I'll be 40.
Okay.
I'll be 40 this year. So.
Well, shit.
Man, that hurts.
Well, yeah, you evacuated the room much earlier than I did. So
yeah,
I praise thee then.
You know, prepare the grave. Prepare the grave.
I was still a little tadpole swimming in my father's balls. So you out before me.
Oh man, it's I could tell it's gonna be a great podcast, but
very much so.
Good to have you, Mo Chocolate.
Thank you.
Welcome back again, Oz. How you doing today, bro?
I'm okay.
You say that in the most depressed, dead inside response ever. TJ, how you doing, man? It's good to have you here again.
Good, man. What's going on? Another day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another day, another podcast. We made it another week. And I've been successfully avoiding the whole Activision Microsoft shit yet another week. And we shall do that. We will continue to do that.
Yeah, I'd rather not get upset.
It's the days of our lives. It's the days.
That's why I'm getting upset. That's why we're all like, yeah, we're fine. After we hear about that whole Microsoft thing.
Yeah. Just fucking end it already. Just fucking do it.
That's what I'm just waiting for the conclusion. That's it. That's all I care about. That's all that really matters. But real quick, chat, what's good with you, Neil Zoe? Good to see you, bro. Rocky the Black Dragon, good to see you. Rocky's always ready to go, and he doesn't hold back. I appreciate the sentiment.
Well,
I need to live up
the whole time.
I need to live up to Rocky's hype, man. Alex vs. Evil, what's good with you, fam? Red Hood 420, what's good with you, bro? Doba Fett, BitCloud Gaming, Words of Paradise, really good to see you guys. Ooh, a fierce, apathetic Black Queen. What's good with you, fam? Good to see you.
That's quite the username.
Wait, what the hell is that name?
I love it. Her name is the fierce, the fierce, apathetic Black Queen.
Love it. You gotta say with your chest, the.
That is the best username I've heard all years so far.
Word up. Dre Watson, what's good with you, bro? Always good to see you. Butch, good to see you as well, bro. The dude I always be dumping on, in Red Hood server, I'm just saying. But anyway, Eastern Conference Gaming. We had a great episode 16 podcast with East, man. That dude, he's a beast, bro. Gotta have it back again soon. Zeno, the producer. Oz is not okay. David's Coast, what's up with you, bro? Real quick, Zeno, thank you so much for the £2, bro. I really appreciate that. With a fine thumbs up. Thank you, sir.
Tyler Perry
And-
presents the fierce, apathetic Black Queen.
Yes.
Who asked if I was okay? This is my-
Zeno is saying definitively Oz is not okay. Do I have
Is
to
that
call
my
the
one-
police, Oz?
Is that my one only fan?
No, that's actually not. Butch Luffy is your one and only fan.
No,
I have
I have
a
two.
only fan right there. The only fan.
Love it,
Wow,
love
only
it.
fan.
Hustle and motivate. Thank you, Dollar. Thank you so much, Hustle, for the $2. It's good to see you. He said, "What's good, y'all? Hope all is well. All is well here. I hope
Yes,
all is well
indeed.
with
All
you,
the
Hustle."
love, all the homies showing out. Thank
Yes.
y'all very much. Thank you.
Yes, good peoples, man. Real quick, I do want to give a shout out to the channel members. We got the homie, I'm Everest Swag Lord, Hustle and Motivate, Our Carry, Get This Work, AV Limits, Alex vs. Evil, Butch Luffy, RC Scott, John Shepard, Orange Hat Reviews, Gray Early, and Admiral Teague. Thank you guys so much for being channel members. It means a lot. And if anyone wants to consider being a channel member, you get to decide what movie I watch every Sunday afternoon, which is cool. Some people are planning to make me watch Stinkers. This week we're watching, what is it? The
Toxic Crusaders. Oh,
The Toxic Avenger. Yes, that's what
Yeah,
we're
Toxic
watching.
I
I've never
really
seen
hope
it.
somebody will request Human Centipede 2. Please
No.
request that.
No, no.
no.
That is a
Okay,
great
nothing
Oscar-winning
insane
performance.
like
Someone-
that.
That movie
Someone-
is the shit, man. That movie is the shit. That movie
Oh,
is
yes.
so
It's
freaking
jam-packed.
Oscar-worthy
Jam-packed.
performance.
Jam-packed.
It's literally
Someone
the
stop this
shit.
man, please. But
People
also,
line up in rows to see it.
Yeah,
but
they-
also another channel member thing that you get is to join my Discord. It's a growing community. It's awesome. Just a 99-cent membership gets you access, and we have great discussions, man. There was this big RE4 conversation in the chat. We always got stuff going on. It's a great community. Really appreciate everyone that's involved in it overall. But yeah, guys, moving on. What y'all been playing? What y'all been watching? What's piqued your interest lately? Mochak, you want to kick it off? Telling us what you've been up to, sir?
I am addicted to this game right here. Dragon
Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, if anybody wants these Yamcha hands, holla at me.
Wolfbang Fist.
And I actually went back to playing this.
Good choice. Good choice.
Fucking heat, bro.
I bought the DLC, the Island DLC, and I forgot how much I love this game.
I'm dying for a PC port, bro. That's like the
Bring
one PlayStation game I want a PC port of so bad. I will buy it again. I'm actually gonna probably buy it on PS5. I have it on PS4. Got the plat. It's one of my favorite PS4 games.
Before I really wanted Infamous 3, but now I kind of prefer Ghost 2. Basically, It's
Yeah,
such a good game.
I'm super into like just Japanese aesthetics, all that. Like it's so sick to me. I remember just playing that game and just
love swords.
ooh, yes,
Oh,
sir.
cool.
Yes, sir. That's what's up, man. Yo, he got everything everywhere. He's ready.
Everywhere.
You come
Right
through
there.
his house. You come through his house. He's gonna pretend that he don't hear nothing. He's gonna be in his chair. Real quick, he's gonna grab the samurai sword, turn around the chair, and just chop a head off real quick. Yes, I could dig it, man. That's awesome.
Oh, okay, there, Highlander. Relax.
I just like when I was playing that game, I was just in my head, I'm Jubei from Ninja Scroll the whole time. Like that's just where in the zone I was in with the hat and everything. Oof, I was super into it.
I was Afro Samurai. Samuel
Hey,
Jackson and everything.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Afro
That's
Samurai
awesome.
is flames.
I love
Oz,
that
what
shit.
you been playing? What you been watching? What's piqued your
Oh.
interest lately, sir?
Okay, well, if you had it kind of figured out, I'm kind of excited about a certain movie. No mentions.
Oh, yes,
mentions. But
yes.
Movie.
I recently picked up a really the Super Mario Brothers movie Bowser toy, and it's awesome.
Hmm.
And it brings fire. Oh, and I've been playing WWE 2K23, and I've been playing it for 2 days now. I can easily say, if you miss the days of Here Comes the Pain, this is probably the only game I consider it being a successor to. That's how good this game is.
For real.
Okay, that's what's up. Honestly, I thought that 2K22 was like a good base because
Good,
that's
what-
like
it
them
was.
redoing the game. It's a good base, but it was missing some things. I'm hearing that 2K23 definitely adds a lot of cool stuff.
Oh, it's pretty amazing. It's very, very violent.
What's been your favorite part about it so far?
Oof, everything.
Yeah. Any particular highlights?
Damn, dude, war games. Fucking war games. Listen, I can't play another wrestling game without it now. That's how damn good it is. It's just pure fucking chaotic carnage and chaos. And the fire looks amazing in this too.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a big plus.
It's to the point now where you can do a backstage brawl, knock a dude off. If you're up in the air, there's like this podium. You can knock a dude off of the stage. He falls down through a light fucking thingy spotlight, and it fucking explodes. And the game and the match ends.
Wow.
And it looks nasty. It looks really nasty.
Okay. And you've been a big wrestling dude for a long time. Time.
Forever.
I've been in and out of it many different years of my life. I've been in and out of wrestling. Right now, I'm on the outs.
Even if you're not like a wrestling fan, you have no clue what the hell the product is doing. You could probably pick this up and have a good time with it. It's really that fucking good.
Okay, that's what's up. For me personally, I've been playing, like, I was desperate to finish my Fortnite Battle Pass. I was so behind on it because I was playing Hogwarts so much. I actually had to stop playing Hogwarts for a while because I had to dedicate a whole fucking week to grinding the Fortnite Battle Pass. And then the new season is sick. I love the new season. It's like Jet Set Radio meets Ghost in the Shell meets Ghost of Tsushima. Like, I'm in that. Like, I'm totally involved in that.
On Fortnite, but the game is legitimately fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like
yes.
It's very good.
For crossplay. Crossplay would not be a thing had it not been for Fortnite.
This is true. Yeah, honestly, like, many years ago, I didn't really see the big deal of crossplay. That's my ignorance. I didn't really see the big deal in it. Now, I just want everything to be crossplay. Like, stop keeping us from being able to play with people, no matter where they are,
By the way, Leon's in Fortnite tonight, so go buy it.
Yeah. Fortnite has not baited me to buy anything in a really long time. So much so I've accumulated like 5,000 V-Bucks from doing the battle passes and the.
Leon Kennedy's actually in a game that matters now.
Oh, here we go.
Shut up. Yo,
he's saying that to piss off a certain individual.
Yes, he's literally just saying that to piss off a certain someone. But
hey, look, it's that guy from Fortnite.
It's the guy from Harry Potter for Fortnite when.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Do it. Go for it, man. And also I've been trying Battlefield 2042. It's pretty decent so far. Like, it's one of those things where I'm not like crazy about it, but I don't hate it either. It's really cool to play team deathmatch on. I'm still getting the hang of it because I never played that, 2042 besides the beta, which made me cancel the game because I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna play a game that's gonna give me a seizure with the white flashing lights and all that. So it's a lot better now.
Also, go on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to Troubleshoot Gaming. He said Moen Cage with the same hairdo for this episode. I love it.
Lord, yes, sir.
Hey, we got Xavier Woods and the Rey Mysterio's son tonight, everybody. Special guest.
He's such a Dominic. That's crazy.
How much would the chat need to donate for Oz and TJ to turn on their cameras, huh?
Listen, we did that already. We're not doing that again.
For mine, but if I did, like, I'm actually cutting my hair tonight. I just got my waves out. I'm cool.
You're good peoples. We got a good thing here. Don't mess it up, all right?
Oz accidentally turned on his camera.
I'm not trying to spoil the world. Okay.
And my thing, the best thing I could say is that he belongs in one of those old school Universal monster movies.
Yeah, he was a jump scare for the podcast, man.
I literally jumped and threw him out. I'm like, nope. I was like, oh shit, and I'm like, God,
let's see the mask. Put it back on.
That's right.
Real quick. John the Don for $2. Thank you so much, bro. Always appreciate you. Said first step is crossplay. Next step is cross progression. Thank you. Yes, 100%, sir.
What is that?
I like to play anywhere. I will play anywhere. I don't care. I buy games like fucking 5 different times on all the different platforms. If I can have cross progression on everything, Just give it to me, please. I'm supporting your games. You know,
Fortnite does that.
Basically, if wherever you are on like a PS4 version of the game, on the PS5 version, you continue where you left off.
Exactly. Like, please make that be the norm.
I like that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
John, keeping 100. All right, TJ.
I've been playing.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. I've been playing that. I've been playing that Viking game, the World Crafting game. I can't fucking pronounce it, but it starts with a V.
The Viking.
Oh, game? Valheim.
Yeah, I've been playing that.
That's a good PC game. Yeah, it's coming to the consoles.
It's on early preview for Xbox, and right now it looks like dog shit, but they're gonna fix it hopefully.
Eventually, it's not like a great looking game. It's more so the gameplay that's relatively solid.
It's pretty cool. That's it.
Which said Oz the goat. TJ, what you been playing? What you been watching? What's piqued your interest lately, sir?
Yeah, shout out to the chat. Specifically, shout out to Hustle and Motivate, because he said so on After Dark for Weapon Wheel. I talked about picking up because there's a Pine Green Air Jordan 4 SB coming out this week. He was saying he was going to do a trick to do it, because obviously I was saying how sometimes skate shops get sneakers exclusively and they make you do certain things to get the kicks. So he was saying he was going to do a trick to get his. I actually did put in a raffle for on Kith for him, so we'll see what happens. But in terms of what I've been playing, I haven't actually been playing much lately. Like I played Assault Spies, like it's like a hack and slash type anime game. But what I've been watching, so I watched Scream 6 last night.
Nice.
Okay, how'd you like that, bro?
I saw Scream 6. I've seen a lot of people say that the movie is it's great. I don't think the same thing. But and I'm being consistent, because I didn't really love the cast of 5, and the cast of 5 is in 6, so I still don't love this cast. But what I will say is that there are some great kills in this game. I mean, in this movie. So if you want to see some good kills, there's definitely going to be that in the movie. I do appreciate. I mean, they brought back Courtney Cox, so she is Gail again. You know, they brought Gail back, and you know, I think it's a decent movie. Like, I don't think it's incredible like everybody else has been saying, but I will say that the story is definitely better than 5.
Okay. Right. That's at least an improvement. Check it out. Society absolutely shit on this movie, and like people got so angry at his written review.
Crashes for you? That sucks. Mine hasn't crashed yet.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Chris Trissant, good to see you, bro. He said WWE 2K keeps crashing every time I turn on Universe mode. Man, that sucks. Hopefully they do an update for you, bro.
I will say there are some bugs that they need to kick out, but if they kick them out, they iron that out of the bugs. This would be fucking awesome.
Derp. What's up, Derp?
What up, Derp? Good to see you, bro. Real quick, because I've seen WWE 2K launch at it like the worst ways possible, like absolutely practically unplayable. 2K20 is the most noteworthy in comparison to how 2K has launched, in the past few years. How bad is this launch in terms of bugs and glitches and all that?
Oh, it's from night and day.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like, you think it's pretty
personally
decent?
For me, for my experience, like the loading times is fucking fast. Like you're not waiting around that much anymore. And I've maybe 1 or 2, and maybe like small, like little bugs, but nothing game breaking.
Yeah. Okay, that's an improvement from what I've seen in the past. It's been pretty bad in the past. Neozoic, and I believe also Michael Wells said Ninja Scroll was amazing. Yes, it is. If you're into anime and you're okay with some old school anime, check out Ninja Scroll. It's a mindfuck.
It is.
It's an absolute mindfuck, man. I love it.
Reading the chat, a lot of y'all aren't fans of a Scream 6. Wow.
Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing about the movie. I think so. The main character. So here's the thing about. So initially they did want to get Neve Campbell for the movie.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, she turned it down. So I don't know if it's because they didn't pay her. They didn't pay her enough.
They lowballed her.
Yeah. Exactly. Which I mean, she's the face of the franchise, and they're trying to move forward with a new franchise. But if you want to bring her back, then pay her what she wants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I will say that they wrote it in a way where it's like they mentioned her and then they moved on with the rest of the story. So she was mentioned, but it's basically like she just doesn't want anything to do with what's going on right now. So that's
I don't
essentially
blame her.
what was going on in terms of her being brought up in the movie. But I will say that the main character that they have, and I think her name is Samantha Carpenter. She's probably like the one I dislike the least. Like I don't think she's an issue. I think the rest of the cast, I can't stand the rest of them. Like they try to, I'll give my, I'm not gonna obviously spoil it, but what I will say is like they brought back, you know, some of the people from the last movie, and it's like they're there for quotas. Like you have the chick, like I can't remember the name of the dude from the first movie who was like the one that was basically like telling the meta where he's like this scary movie, and you know he had the shirts and he had all the memorabilia.
Jamie Kennedy, I think his name is.
Yeah, it was that character. It was Jamie Kennedy's character. They have that character in this series, but of course she's supposed to represent that type of character, but she doesn't, because he was all about horror movies. He talked about the meta. He had the memorabilia. He had the t-shirts. He had the posters. He had all of that. She is there for meeting a quota in terms of the LGBTQ. She wears t-shirts that say she's a feminist or this, that, and the third. Like it's always about her ideology and her identity and not about her love for horror. So there's so many things that happen with these characters that just make you not want to like them as people. So like I said, Samantha, the main character, I mean, obviously she is like Billy Loomis's like offspring. So you kind of get, you know, you get the things in regards to her dealing with the fact that she's torn with, you know, she has this, she doesn't want to be in his footsteps. Like she doesn't want to follow his footsteps and things like that. So you kind of, and they touched on that in the last movie. Her name is Samantha Carpenter. She had a different name because obviously she didn't want to be attached to her father. So no, I was saying Billy Loomis. That's the name of the. Yeah, I was about to say that's the name of the guy from the original movie. He was the killer in the first movie.
That's not like that's not like a little like Easter egg for Halloween, is it?
It is. It is. Yeah, Wes Craven wrote the movies like that.
Yeah, like the shame is, it's like, look, you know, either you're for virtue signaling or you're against virtue signaling at this point. And the shame is, like, through virtue signaling, you're instantly getting a bunch of people to say, yeah, I don't want to watch your movie anymore. Because it's like, I just don't want to hear it. You know, I don't want to hear anybody with what they have to say. I just want to watch a good movie. Please don't do, like, petty things that stops me from even being interested. Just stop being petty. Just, you know, make a good movie, put your best foot forward, and just let people enjoy and have an escape. That's why people go to the movie theater. That's why people buy video games. That's why we engage in you know, all this entertainment, because we just want an escape. So please stop throwing that shit in everyone's face.
You're talking. Are you talking about Scream or the Last of Us episode 3?
Maybe a bit of both.
That's tough.
But Chris said it's the first time he's joining us on the podcast. So welcome aboard, sir.
Hello,
Hope that
Chris.
you're having fun here. We love to openly.
We have a massive dono here. You want to?
Oh yeah. Definitely, bro. Hold up. Just wanted to highlight a new person joining us, and shout out to Words of Paradise. Thank you so much for the $2, bro. I appreciate that, fam. He says, I completely disagree. No one goes to Scream for Nev Campbell. They go for Ghostface and the kills. She doesn't exactly have the star power to put butts in seats, or else we'd see her in other films. I mean, you know, I think that's a fair assessment. Like, I think that she is a draw to the franchise, but I mean, let's face it, she's not up there with Jamie Lee Curtis. That's just, it is what it is. She kind of sits somewhere in the middle on that front. Personally, I've never been a Scream fan. I'll never be a Scream fan, not from the first one or this recent one.
I'm not saying that people necessarily go to the movies for her, but she is the face of the franchise.
She is.
She's
the mascot.
Yeah, she's the mascot. She's the Laurie to Mike. Like, she's that to this franchise. But I don't think she's necessarily needed for these films. But if she would have been in it, I wouldn't have been mad at it. But ultimately, the reason why it makes sense for her not to be in it is because, quite frankly, she's OP. So it's cool. I'm not mad at it. Like, so it doesn't bother me. But I'm just mentioning what it was in terms of why she wasn't present.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you with that. You know, maybe her not being in it kind of leads the the franchise to do different things. So, I mean, on that front, that could be cool. Personally, I'm not into it, but if you guys are into Scream, I hope you're enjoying Scream 6. Personally, I'm not really baited to watching it. Maybe I'll watch the original. I've watched it once. Wasn't a big fan. I've actually had resentment for Scream for a long time, admittedly so, and it's not necessarily Scream's fault. It's more so like Scream is a spoof of slasher films.
Yeah.
The problem is slasher films were like, oh, this is a great idea. Let's copy the spoof of our fucking franchises. And I'm just like, you dumb bastards. So I had to deal with like the cringy fucking slasher film release after slasher film release that tried to be like Scream, unfortunately. So I have a little bit of resentment for Scream. Not necessarily Scream's fault, but hey, if you like it, love it.
Do you like Friday the 13th more?
Yes.
I prefer it over Scream, admittedly.
That's my favorite franchise. I would much rather have a new Friday film than Scream. Like, we were getting Halloween films left and right. We're getting a Scream film and Chucky films. Where the fuck is Jason? Seriously, bring back
Hopefully,
Jason.
Hopefully they settled the legal dispute behind the scenes. The only thing is with that legal dispute, I don't know if that clears Jason himself from appearing in Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah.
They'll kindly make a Friday the 13th film with or without Jason. They've done it before. We have to see where it leads.
Apparently, Robert Englund's been reading a cast or something, and they really want him to play Freddy again.
Yeah.
How old is he? I don't know if that's possible. Go for it.
CGI, baby. CGI.
And Harrison Ford is doing his thing still, so go for it, I guess.
I mean, at this point, it's not like the remake necessarily made anyone happy by any means. So at least give the people what they want. They want Robert Englund. Whether he could do it or not, I can't really say.
Yeah.
But
they'll need his voice.
Yeah.
Maybe a CG anime film or something.
Right.
Yep. But let's just move to like what everyone's hyped for in terms of film, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So we got the final trailer that came out. Overall, like, what do you guys think about Super Mario Bros? Are you going to watch this? Are you okay with Mario's voice? Are you willing to settle for his voice? How are you feeling overall? Yeah,
you can go first, Oz.
Yeah. So what you think?
I kind of get what they're doing. I think for his voice, I think they're trying to make him like more of like the Super Mario Super Show Mario, the way he talks. I think they're going for that. I know some people are wondering some of his like who's and like his like little things that he does. It actually might be the original dude because he is in the movie, but he's doing another character.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows what character he's doing.
Okay,
but
that's cool.
But from what I've seen so far, I'm fucking excited.
Yeah. So for me, it's like a character arc where when they first announced Chris Pratt as Mario, I was like, the fuck is this shit?
Yeah,
no,
me too.
Horrible. I hate this. What are you thinking? No, it's like boycott Nintendo. I was like, no, this is stupid. So then the first trailer drops, and I was not feeling Mario's voice. Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. Like, the fuck is this shit? I did not like it at all. So honestly, but Bowser is just Bowser in that trailer was Jack Black fucking nailed it. So like everyone was doing a fantastic job except for Chris Pratt. I was just like, I don't know, man. Then the second trailer drops and we saw that Rainbow Road.
Yep.
I'm sold.
Yep.
I'm sold. It's he even did the wahoo at the end. I'm like, okay, you're getting there, getting there. And then the final trailer dropped, and I'm like, get me this fucking movie now. I want to watch it right now, man. Like, who's do I suck to watch this movie right now? I want it that badly. I want it that badly, man.
Fuck every movie coming up this year. This is all I want to see.
Oh my god! Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch it, man. I want to watch it so bad. So one thing I hate is going to the movies alone. I have done it in the past, but normally I go watch movies with my best friend. But my best friend basically has like a month-long religious like thing.
Ramadan.
Yes.
Yep,
And
I'm also Muslim, so I know the
okay.
struggle.
Yeah, so basically, it's hard to hang out around Ramadan, specifically because the whole fasting thing.
We're not allowed to eat, drink, watch movies, have sex, watch porn, basically have fun.
Damn. Yeah. Suffer. Oh, man,
well,
I don't know how y'all do it. Hey, man, you do you. I personally, I couldn't do that, but I'm not necessarily the most religious person, but
I was
hey.
like, mom, dad, hell no more.
I mean, I have to give a shout out to people that actually put themselves through it. That's not an easy thing to do, man. Yeah, so the fact that people are inspired to.
From like 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., no food, no water, nothing. Hell fucking no.
God damn, I don't know.
As a kid, I hated doing that shit, man. I would sneak food into my room. Sorry, mom and dad. I hated
Whoopsie.
it. Well, kids will be kids. Obviously, that's how it is. But personally, for me, I think the Mario movie looks awesome. Now, I'm not necessarily crazy about Chris Pratt's voice, but I think that there's so much there that I can overlook it. I think I could live with it. Like just watching like the Mario Kart stuff, like all of that. It's really, really exciting overall. And honestly, I can't help but be excited. I want to see it. I don't know when I'm going to see it because I don't like to go to movies alone, but some way or another, I will see this damn movie.
I'm seeing it multiple times. They're like on the Friday and Saturdays. Like these kids nowadays have no idea how lucky they fucking are.
Yes, they are.
When we were kids, what did we get? What did we get? Huh? Right? And then
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah.
9 foot.
What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is.
Double Dragon, the fucking movie. Fuck that.
Hey, what's your name? Mario. What's your last name? Mario.
Mario. Hey, I like that movie. We came out of a tube like a big booger.
Why is Seth Rogen playing Donkey Kong?
Dude, you know what?
I got a bone to pick with this bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
He does talk. He
does, yeah. So it's like I'm jealous of kids nowadays, man, because I'm like, back in my day, my Mario was like one Mexican and one British guy.
That's right. Mine was a sloth from the Ice Age. That was my Luigi.
Sloth from the Ice Age.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah. Oh, that fucking guy. TJ, how do you feel about the Mario movie?
9 feet tall.
All right, I'll be honest. I think it's like everyone else said. I think Chris Pratt is probably the only like jarring thing about what the movie is in terms of like hearing the voices. But I do think, like, I did watch the trailer. The trailer was really well done. I will say that. I don't think I'll be seeing this movie. It's not for me. But I see that there's something good about in terms of like the characters. The voice acting is done very well. I thought the Donkey Kong eating he had the fire flower and it turned like a different his fur turned a different color. I thought that was cool too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good things about like what I've seen in that trailer. So it definitely looks dope.
You can tell this movie's made by fans. Everyone's like, oh, the people who made the Minions or made the movie, they're gonna fuck it up. Everyone,
did you see
the love in every single frame of this movie? And that's
did you see the commercial they did? They did the old Super Mario Super Show commercial.
They did, yeah, they did.
That shit was fucking hilarious. And I loved it.
They didn't need to do that, but they understood the assignment. They know that Mario's like kids, but adults also. So they got to show love to the old school fans also. And I loved it.
Yeah,
and people are actually calling the number of the Mario Brothers, like the public. Luigi picks up the phone, and it's fucking hilarious. Like this is amazing.
That is marketing, like the best marketing I've seen in any game movie ever.
Yeah, like objectively speaking, I think Nintendo does some boneheaded things, but in this situation, you could tell that they were like, you got to get this shit right.
Yes.
Like you can count on them to make sure that their property is respected as far as it can be. Like they're even willing the Metroid Prime 4 is being remade because apparently from what we heard from behind the scenes, they was like, nah, we ain't rolling with how this Metroid Prime 4 looks. So they literally redoing the whole thing. They do not accept mediocrity. And, in an age where mediocrity, people are fighting to make mediocrity the normal. I respect Nintendo for saying we will not have less than stellar represent Nintendo. That's important, man.
My prediction is once maybe after the Mario film they'll make a Zelda film. That would really break the internet.
I think we're gonna get a Nintendo verse out of this.
Yeah, go for it.
And I would
like a Smash Bros. Movie.
Brothers movie.
That would be
I was thinking that.
Yeah. We had a Sonic movie, a Pikachu film, and now Mario. They're so starting a universe of Smash, basically.
Word. Yeah, it'd be crazy if all of it does lead up. Like, it'd be amazing if, and the chances of that happening with all these companies, highly doubtful. But imagine if all of these movies that are being made, all these companies come together, like, let's make, a collab movie or something.
Miyamoto just said this is going to be a multiverse movie.
Okay, that's what's up. I could take it, man.
Kirby movie? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be cool.
I definitely.
If there was a Kirby movie, it doesn't matter what time of the year it is. My best friend's gonna drag me to it. She's not a gamer, but she absolutely loves Kirby and will play Kirby games. So
I think you're definitely going to get a Donkey Kong movie out of this.
Oh yeah, they already confirmed that DK is getting his own spin-off movie.
Okay,
I don't have a problem with that.
Yay.
No, unfortunately, I do have a problem with Donkey Kong, and we'll get into. Let's just
think of the possibility, though. The possibilities is endless for this.
Let's transition to the next topic because Seth Rogen with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I do have a little bit of a problem with Donkey Kong, or at least the individual that's voice acting Donkey Kong. So, Mo Chocolate, have you seen this trailer?
I have, yeah.
So. I mean, it's been a big topic of discussion across the internet. There's definitely some controversy.
Yeah.
How do you feel overall? Like, just your honest thoughts. How do you feel about this movie trailer?
It's like, when it comes to Turtles with me, that's actually before my time. I know I'm a 90s kid, but when I came to America in 92, I was still learning English. You know what I'm saying? When Turtles was popular. So by the time I learned English, it was like around when Pokemon became big. So I skipped out on that whole generation. I appreciate the Turtles, but like honestly, the controversy that I've been seeing is April O'Neil being black. And to me,
it goes deeper. It goes deeper than that.
I guess Seth Rogen voicing a black character or something. Is that what's going on?
So it's not April O'Neil is race swapped, but also she's pretty big. Basically nothing like herself visually.
Opposite.
Then on top of it all, they're also they're gender swapping what's his name?
Oh shit. Leatherface.
So it's Leatherhead. And is it Mallbat? I can't remember.
Yeah, you're right. Mallbat.
Yeah, so like they're gender swapping them. And then it's just, this is for the sake of representation. So they claim. But I just find it ironic that Seth Rogen is voicing a character that is an original black character. My question is, why can't you just adhere to the lore?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just respect the lore and, have Bebop be voiced by a black man? And then just have the characters be themselves. If they're male characters, let them be male characters.
Yeah.
If they're female characters, let them be female characters. And actually have the characters be who they are. I don't understand why that's so difficult.
We want to do something different, aka just fuck everything up.
Yeah, and there's also rumors that Donnie might be transgender, and that's not confirmed. But I mean, judging by how Donnie sounds, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yo, if that's the truth, I'm not watching this movie. I promise you.
The turtle or the?
Yeah, Donatello. Yep.
How is a fucking turtle?
Hey, look, I'm telling you.
How would that even work? He's a turtle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Real quick, guys. Newzook did ask a good question. Do you think the Mario movie will top the Sonic movies?
Yes. Sonic 1. Okay. Sonic 1 because it made good money. Sonic 2 made a lot of money. But
I think it's going to top the second one too.
In my opinion, I feel like with the first Sonic film, the promo it got was that horrible design, and then they fixed it. That was the promo of the movie. With the Mario film from the get-go, to some extent, we're all hyped, excited, like, yeah, show us this movie right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like in terms of that, and I'll be honest, Mario is more popular than Sonic. Like here's Mario and here's Sonic. If I'm being honest,
that's reasonable. And
without Mario, there
that.
wouldn't be a Sonic. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
There's that.
Okay. How you guys feel about this? Is the Mario movie going to top the Sonic movies?
I think in sales, I think.
Yes.
I mean, the cast is pretty stacked, so I mean, it's a very easy feat. But me personally, I know what I prefer.
Am I too low? Am I too low? If someone said I turned my sensitivity up a bit, is it too low?
No, you're fine.
I say you're a little bit low. A little bit.
Oh, really?
That's
I mean, I guess
maybe a tad bit.
All right.
You seem okay.
I think on merchandise alone, this fucking movie is going to be disgusting.
How's that?
I think that
is that better?
You're fine.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I think that you're right on that front. The Sonic toys look pretty insane. They look really well done. I saw your Bowser. Bowser looks sick, man. I could definitely see from a merch perspective.
So
the Mario movie killing it.
They released Mario, Luigi, Toad, Peach, and Bowser so far. I want all of them.
Yeah, you're working on it.
Oh, don't worry. Luigi was in my hand, but I put him down. Like, no, I'm sorry. I can't get one without the other. If I've got to get Luigi, I got to get Mario. Yeah. And guess what? Good luck fucking fighting Mario because that bastard is nowhere to be found.
James here is asking anyone hype for Street Fighter 6, bro. If you watched the last podcast, there were definitely people like talking big time for Street Fighter 6, bro. My friend Blake, he's on the last podcast. He's a Capcom fanboy, straight up. He won't even lie. He'll be like, you know what? You ain't wrong, but he does like to play everything. You know, he's definitely open to all sorts of stuff. He's a super Capcom fanboy. So there's definitely a lot of people hype.
I can't wait to be Zangief so I can suplex that tranny for real. Yes.
Oh my god, yo, you are so stupid, bro. You are you're a petty bitch. You know that?
That's right.
You a petty bitch. But back to possibly a transgender Donatello. I think that this is going to be problematic. It's already caused a big stir on the internet. What are you saying, Oz? April O'Neil's Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah. She does. And you know what, man? It's one of those things where, you know, Ninja Turtles most of the time like does pretty damn well. Ninja Turtles has been consistently popular throughout my entire life and even a decade before that with the 80s cartoon. It's crazy to think that the Nickelodeon cartoon got canceled because and a lot of it goes to a lot of people being involved that aren't a fan of the lore. And it's just like, to me, just do the creators justice. Can you just adhere to what the creators wanted? Why is that so hard? Why is that being met with, well, you're a bigot because you won't accept that this character is completely different from what they've originally been? Why does it have to be that way? Why can't we have, you know, April O'Neil being how she is in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Static Shock being who he is? Like, why are we waiting for Static Shock? Why don't you concentrate on bringing like these characters to the forefront instead of being too scared to? I wish more people would call out these companies for doing all these race swaps when they should be putting forward and pushing, you know, female characters and then black characters as well. Yeah. Like, stop fucking being scared. Put your money where your mouth is and do it the right way.
Remember when they did the Ghostbusters film with all the female cast and everybody totally liked it? Yeah, we'll do something different. And look what happened.
You know what? They have doubled since then. Since 2016, they have doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down on the bullshit. And we continue to tell them we are not going to eat your fucking lukewarm expired oatmeal. We're fucking sick of it. Like, I'm so tired. If you want to do this shit, I just naturally don't want to see the movie. You can do this stuff, but guess what? You're just instantly, you're instantly turning people off at this point. Stop doing it, because there's so much Hold on, Oz. There's so much entertainment out here that, you know, if you're telling me you don't want me to see your movie, please just do it outright. Yeah. And they're doing it very simply like this. Tell me outright. That way I can concentrate on something that maybe I could put some, you know, love and care into, that I can be passionate about, because there's way too much entertainment out here for me to be wasting time on your bullshit. So if you want to do this, it's cool, but I'm just gonna, it's whatever to me. It's whatever.
That's why people like some people like Afterlife so fucking much, because it actually has some of the original cast in it. The fucking
the recent film that came out.
It's not the best movie.
Afterlife.
It's not the best movie in the world, but it caught you with the fucking feels at the end of it. If you're a Ghostbusters fan, a true Ghostbusters fan, then that last scene didn't give you goosebumps and put some tears in your eyes. I don't know, man. The whole chick one did nothing for me.
Exactly.
It was a piece of shit.
Well, the thing is, the 2016 Ghostbusters was made with disdain for the fandom. And the Ghostbusters Afterlife, even though it's not necessarily the best movie, I have no opinion on it personally. I haven't seen it. But it seems that despite it being just an okay-ish movie, the fans love it because it respected them.
Yes.
Like, respect the people you're asking to watch your product. Is it that hard? I don't understand why they continue.
Like, if you are going to add something new or different, like don't make it seem so forced. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it be natural and make it make sense to the plot and story. When you add like, oh, we'll make him trans, it's such corporate pandering. You're forcing. You know what I'm saying? It should be something that's natural and something that makes sense. A turtle being trans makes no fucking sense. Because it's a fucking turtle.
I told you, man. They keep trying to pander, man. It's Pander Express, man. I keep telling you.
Yep. And at this point, it's like a lot of people are just tired of it.
I'll be fucking more. I'll be more interesting if they just made a fucking straight up gay one with a fucking pink bandana and shit. That shit would be hilarious.
They don't even need to make a gay one. Like, just
that shit would be hilarious.
At the end of the day, make original characters for that demographic. You don't have to take characters that have already existed for centuries. That's a stretch, but it's existed for years, and make them into something that they're not, because you just want to fit some demographic or meet some quota or be inclusive to everything doesn't need to be inclusive all the time. Like, this whole thing about having to include every single race and every single demographic of sexuality, gender, and everything, you're pandering just to try to get sales, and more often than not, it doesn't benefit you to do so. Like, when The Witcher 3 came out, and I always bring this example up, The Witcher 3 is set in the Scandinavian, it's like a Northern European type setting. You do not expect to see black people there, but for whatever reason, people wanted to complain and see black people in this area, and that wasn't a common place, especially in that time period. So why would I ask for that? I was comfortable with what I was given based off of the source material. So this is a common thing that happens every single IP.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the same time, I feel like there is that idea that, hey, let's make the fan base mad, so they'll make videos saying how mad they are, therefore promoting the movie. You know what I'm saying? There's that also.
Yeah. Also, recently Seth Rogen came out and said, basically, I'm offended that you keep bashing the things that I make. Please stop doing it. And my response to that is that you make stuff like Santa's Inc. Like, he makes stuff that purposely goes out of its way to disrespect people that he doesn't like people that have their religions and all sorts of stuff. Like, why do you expect people to not criticize your work? And especially when you just go use your work to criticize people. I don't understand. Stop the nonsense. And your work is made to be criticized. Like, art will be criticized. If you can't, and not for nothing, a lot of these companies have bought the actual critics. As far as I'm concerned, the critics kind of just, they kind of just go with the flow and just say, if it's bad, they'll just be like, here's some redeeming qualities about it, but it was okay, because they want access. So you have these motherfuckers bought one way or another just because they want access. And if you don't adhere to it, they'll just, you don't have access anymore. So they'll just be cool with shit. So you've had it easier than ever before. The problem is that people like Seth Rogen actually hate the fact that people like us have the same amount of access to the internet that he does, that other companies do. I can make a tweet, I can make a YouTube video, I can go on a discussion just tearing his shit to pieces. And he hates that. He hates that we're on the same battleground. And it's like, well, that's too bad. You're just going to have to get used to it or stop making content. It's really that simple.
Exactly.
And stop bashing people and expecting people to not bash you. Like, at least not be a prick. That'd be kind of nice, you know?
Amen.
But Neozoic asks, would you say that Soy Boy Rogan's TMNT Mutant Mayhem would top Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles as the worst of the franchise besides Ninja Turtles 3? I don't watch Michael Bay movies besides like what's it called? Bad Boys 1 and 2. I don't care about any of his movies.
So I would definitely say the second one that he made is a lot better than that.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't watched any of those Michael Bay Turtles movies just because I respect myself too much to watch the movie. So yeah.
So at the end of the second one, can I just say it? Because nobody's probably gonna watch it. Fuck it. The Techno drone pops out and fucking Crane's there and everything. So you might want to go watch that.
Yeah, I
don't even want to. I don't want to disrespect my retinas and do that.
But actually, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's whatever. I'm personally never gonna watch those movies because I just think Michael Bay's style of filmmaking is just annoying. Every time the one thing I'm glad about Michael Bay movies, they make sure the first thing you hear before you see the trailers by Michael Bay. And I'm just like, okay, next. Explosion. Personally how I am.
Yeah.
But any final thoughts on the TMNT movie that they showed off, the trailer?
Flush it down the fucking toilet.
I do want to say that like as a person of colors, like I'm all for seeing black representation in TV shows and movies, but again, make it make sense. Having Velma and the girl from TMNT be black makes no sense to me. That seems way too forced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's
completely understood.
She's black.
How do
you know what I mean?
How do you feel? How do you feel about Donkey Kong being played by a white guy?
I mean, and like
that has nothing to do with anything. Honestly, I feel like Donkey Kong should just like. I've never heard Donkey Kong speak. Am I wrong for feeling like
TV show back in the day where he's singing?
No.
Yeah, there was a TV show, a Donkey Kong TV show back in the day, all CG, and they're all singing. Basically,
that sounds scary. I just feel like that there's not really a necessity for Donkey Kong to speak like a regular human. So I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but I've never actually heard Donkey Kong.
Personally, I would have gotten Big E to play Donkey Kong. I think it would have been a great personality.
Big E?
Yeah.
Oh, the WWE
you wanted
wrespler.
To get a black man to play a monkey. A Donkey Kong character. That's what you wanted.
Hey,
they're doing inclusion, and then you're asking them to be the complete opposite of what they're trying to achieve by getting a black man to be a gorilla. That makes no sense.
They did.
You're a fucking idiot.
They did pay Michael Clark Duncan to play $10 million to play Abe in Planet of the Apes.
They did.
Yeah, but that was before because he's been deceased for a while. But I get that. But yeah, usually they're trying their hardest to not be offensive to people. So yeah, that defeats the purpose.
I can see why they didn't.
I don't have any issue with anybody that voice acts Donkey Kong because Donkey Kong really doesn't talk in the games like that. So it's not really a big deal.
He just throws barrels and kidnaps.
Yeah, he just throws barrels, eats bananas.
I just want you to know that I feel like you're in that moment where where Alex Jones says, "I'm a little retarded." I feel as though you should definitely reenact that.
Oh no, I'm a whole lot of retarded. Don't worry, that's just a little bit.
Yeah, clearly, you fucking dickhead.
A little bit, but honestly, I don't think I'm gonna watch the movie if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm sorry. It's not made by people that actually care about the franchise. It's made by a bunch of people that want to do a bunch of pandering. The only thing I could say positive about it is I love the song that they use, but in that I have to assume that even that's kind of pandering. But who knows at this point? I'm just done caring. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's how I feel.
One more thing I want to say, another big marketing thing they're doing for the film is that now they're voiced by teenagers, and I'm just like, it sounds weird to me. I'm
sorry. Here's the thing. When it comes to Hollywood, we've heard story after story after story of sexual abuse of not just women, but young individuals. I do not want to hear about teenagers playing characters. Let adults play them, please. It's bad enough that there's, female sexual abuse. Honestly, I'm tired of seeing kids in Hollywood. I'm tired of seeing teenagers in Hollywood just because I fear for their fucking safety from these fucking pieces of shit. These absolute fucking monsters. That to me just makes me even more sick because who knows what they have to deal with given they're being, they're a part of Hollywood. So yeah, that just makes me want to vomit, unfortunately. So next on the list, and we have an adult playing Ellie, so I'm grateful for that. At least she is indeed legal. The Last of Us, HBO. How you guys feel? We've come to the end of the season. I put my thoughts out there. Some people didn't like those thoughts so much. Some people actually were like, I'm glad someone's being honest about it. I'm just saying what I feel. If other people feel a different way, that's completely fine. I'm not here to try and stop people from being able to have a conversation. There seems to be some people that want to stop me from being able to have a conversation. So, how you guys feel about this finale and the overall The Last of Us season 1 of HBO?
Who wants to go first?
Lukewarm. I'll go first. It was lukewarm. Had 3 good episodes, and that's it.
Really? So, did you watch the finale? I think you stopped by.
No, I didn't. I didn't bother. I just didn't give a shit.
So it lost you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oz watched like a good amount of it. Not every episode, but he watched. I'd say about 6 or 7 of the 9 episodes, give or take.
Personally, my favorite episode was the one with the bloater. That was fucking amazing.
Episode 5, yeah, that was a great episode. That was definitely
that whole scene,
one of the best episodes.
That was the whole scene alone was probably the best scene in the whole damn series.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Mo Chocolate. How do you feel about this season, the finale specifically, and then your overall thoughts about the season?
The season finale might be my least favorite episode because it makes no sense to me why it was so fucking short. It's like I would y'all spend an hour doing gay porn, but y'all can't give the season finale the same treatment over an hour long. You know what I'm saying? So it's just we get to by the time they got to the hospital, I'm like, wow, we're here already? It's just and. Honestly, because I like the fact that it was, they say, true to the game, but because of that, I was bored, because there was no surprise for me, nothing to, be able to go whoa! So it was just, I was on my phone most of the time. And honestly, it was, the whole montage where Joe goes, John Wick on everybody, that felt way too fast to me. I'm like...
Yeah.
It was at that point I'm like, if y'all should have made Joel and Ellie go through that cave with all them clickers and the bloaters, and we see Ellie now knows how to use a gun. So and then Joel's like, I'm proud of you, kiddo. Something like that, a character arc for them, because we see Ellie trying to learn how to use a gun, and then by the season finale, we show that she can know how to use a gun. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they could have done that. I will say though, when Joe shoots the doctor, everyone gave a collective, right? Was that just me?
Yeah.
It was like,
yeah, definitely.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So there was that, and I did like how Laura Bailey played the nurse in that scene. Did y'all know that?
Oh no, I didn't catch that. Okay.
Yeah,
detail.
Yeah, she took a picture with her dead father on the floor, like that. Like Abby is like, yay, my father's dead, type of thing. It was pretty funny. So overall, it was very meh. I did like how they changed the story about, he told the story about his scar. I did like that. Because I'm like,
I did like that too.
Why did you not include the scene where Joel finally accepts the fact that his daughter passed away? You know what I'm saying? That scene where she gives Joel the picture, I wish they kept that in there, man.
Well, when it comes to just filmmaking or TV shows, it is the best thing to do is to show rather than just tell. That's always better than just telling every single time. So it would have definitely been nice to have seen a flashback and just have that moment. It's hard to feel closure with anything just by how fast paced everything is.
Yeah.
And that's even as someone like us, we've played the game.
Yeah.
And even for us, it's so fast paced that you can't really savor anything for me personally.
But overall, my thoughts on the season overall is good. For what they accomplished is good. Like, you can tell that the cast and crew are big fans of the game. They do so many winks and nods to the game that they did not need to do, but they did. And I like that. Oh, almost forgot. I'm pretty sure Abby was in that section when Joel's like shooting in the hallway and you see someone run away with a ponytail. Rumor has that might be Abby. So
really? Because at first people were saying it might have been I don't know, Dina, I guess? Or are we talking about what, episode 7?
No,
or
he's talking about the finale. There's
I got you.
Girl like shooting in the hallways. You see someone running away with a ponytail.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So overall, I thought the season was good. I mean, I do think that the acting is just not on par with the OG. It's just not. And Ellie still doesn't kind of work for me. It's good. I've grown. It's grown on me. But overall, like, the game has the much better acting, much better cinematography, and just even with the last line of the show, the game did it better. You know, so it's just it's good. I feel like if you've never played the game, you would love it. But people like us who have played the game, we're gonna critique every single small, minute detail. You know, so there's that. But honestly, bro, I am not looking forward to season 2. I'm not.
Yeah,
like
I'm
for everyone who is just now becoming a fan of Last of Us, with what's coming for season 2, I'm just like, brace yourself. That's all I want to say. Brace yourself.
Be prepared. Real quick. Thank you so much, Black Metal Gamer, for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. He said, what if they made a game off the show, a new The Last of Us? They probably will. Given that we've had the original Last of Us release, then The Last of Us remaster, then The Last of Us remake, I would be surprised if they're like, oh, let's make an adaptation of The Last of Us HBO show. Yeah, why not at this point, right?
Based on the TV show, based on the game, based on the TV show. Like, don't give them.
I'm cool on all that, man.
TJ, how you feel about the final episode as well as, you know, the general season thoughts?
Yeah, I think the people, it's like Mo Chocolate said, the people that have played the game, you're going to be critical of this last episode. If you haven't played the game, you're probably going to love the season. And I've seen that people that haven't played it but have watched the show, they love it. So my thing is, the last episode was absolutely rushed. And even with it, overall, in terms of talking about the series, I just thought it was okay. Like, Pedro Pascal is a mediocre Joel.
Yeah.
I don't know her name. I always blank on her name, but the girl that plays Ellie, or them, whatever, as Ellie, I think
Bella Ramsey.
Bella Ramsey.
Thank you. Bella Ramsey. I thought toward the end of the series, it was like, okay, the more I'm watching, I'm starting to get more Ellie out of this, this acting. So I was fine with what she was doing, but overall, I thought the series was just okay. The best episode is the Sam and Henry episode by far. It had the best pacing, the best acting, the best action, the best conflict. Everything about that episode was that was peak for that series as far. By far the worst episode, I think. I don't even know if it's funny because the flashback episodes, I only saw the build episode. I didn't see the Left Behind episode, so I can't speak to that. So I haven't watched the complete series. I watched the majority of it though. But I will say that, there wasn't enough chemistry between Bella and Pedro to make it seem like it was sensible for them to be as close as they were. When
I
you
agree.
have these moments that where they have, if they would have had more episodes, it would have made more sense for certain things to take place for them to have the chemistry that they were trying to portray, and it didn't work. So ultimately, the show was just decent at best. I'm not looking forward to a second season. I don't really care to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me personally, I don't like the second game. I love the gameplay, but ultimately what stopped me midway through the game was particularly, I realized the two main characters I'm playing as, I thought I would like Ellie. Turns out I fucking can't stand Ellie in the last and I'm just like, if I can't even stand the one character that I loved from the previous, one of the characters that from the previous game that I'm supposed to like, what makes them think I'm going to even tolerate Abby's existence? I said, fuck this. I'm sorry, I can't play as characters in games that I don't like, I don't think are cool, I can't, sympathize with in some way, shape, or form. If you can't fall in line with any of those things, if I can't tolerate you while playing as you, I'm sorry, you lose me. I just don't care.
How far did you go before you stopped?
I got the Asian dude back to the theater, and then Ellie was off on her own to go do something, and I was just like, I was thinking about it, I'm not enjoying playing this character, so I know that what's coming next, I don't care, and I just stopped playing it. I installed it. I don't care.
Did you watch on YouTube what happens next?
I've heard enough discussion on it. It's one of the most discussed things, in gaming YouTube, so I know all the spoilers.
Yeah.
And
I love the gameplay. I love the voice acting, but the story is trash. I'm sorry. It's so freaking bad. And the fact that if you like it, cool, but I just can't get behind it. And the fact that it won Game of the Year, man. No.
It's just one of those things where, the story's overall theme is revenge bad. Yeah. Okay, I get that. That's a good theme to go with in terms of trying to teach, but when you sacrifice characters' basic common sense in order to achieve that overall theme, then I'm sorry you didn't do a good job on a story basis. That's just how I feel. That's always been a thing forever. It's not just specifically with The Last of Us Part 2. I would feel that with any piece of media. It's just you failed on the story front in regards to that. You have to have at least characters that have basic sensibilities, especially when they've established in a previous game that this character is relatively sensible. So I don't think that they would do this in that. So that's just how I feel personally. I don't think I'm going to watch season 2 because I don't even like the game. Okay, hey, you have more of a stomach than I do. I can't watch things.
I want to see if they'll do things differently in what different things they'll change and what they will change differently from the game is what I want to see.
Yeah,
basically.
Okay. No, that's an interesting conversation to be had. It really is. I don't know. It's one of those things where I can't definitively say I won't watch it, but would I be excited to watch it? No. Honestly, no, I wouldn't be. But it's one of those things where if I'm in a Discord chat with somebody and they're watching The Last of Us season 2, what am I going to do? Like talk over them? No, I'm going to sit there and watch it with them. So we'll see what happens.
I completely lost faith in Neil Druckmann. Like before, I'm like, Neil's making this game. I'm so excited for it. I love him. I love Last of Us. Love the DLC. Love Uncharted 4. So I was hyped for Last of Us 2, and then it comes out. Now I want nothing to do with him. I'm like, bro, the fact that you thought this was good, bye. Go to your room.
I think the reason for that is because with the game that you mentioned that he worked on prior, the reason why it was successful was because Bruce Straley was able to rein him in to be able to get some sense to some of the story and making cohesive storylines and characters for these properties. So when you have somebody like that's gone, he left Naughty Dog. So then you make Neil the president, and then he just makes whatever he wants. And it's not like he makes bad, like the stories and the outlines, like the template for the story makes sense. But the things that he adds to it doesn't make sense. So then you're not inclined to want to watch it. So I think Neil he's in a place where he's power hungry. So you have someone that is that wants to try to meet every. It's like I keep saying with every topic that we talk about, you try to be inclusive and try to do everything for everybody to try to make them satisfied with your content. And when you do that, you ruin the actual property and you ruin the story of your IP, essentially. Trying to do that, you can't please everybody. It's impossible.
And I feel like when Neil pitched this story to Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson, the voice actors of Joel and Ellie, there is no way they're like, yes, Neil, that's a good idea. We love it. No, they were thinking, let's tell him what he wants to hear because he's our boss. Yes, we totally like this story. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when someone like Neil Druckmann literally says Anita Sarkeesian is good for gaming, I'm sorry, but this is a person that has ruined and has fucked up the gaming industry. A lot of people don't want to admit to that, but let's be real now. She has made the gaming industry absolutely insufferable. If it's proof that one person can indeed change a lot. And I will say she has had such a negative effect. And she thinks she claims to be doing, good stuff. And it's like, all you've created is hatred. You should be fucking proud of yourself. And assholes like Neil Druckmann giving her a pedestal, highlighting her, claiming she did good things. Fuck out of here, bro. I really don't want to hear that. But Sergeant Sentinel Gaming here says the chemistry with Joel and Ellie was almost non-existent in the show. And the game was definitely believable. I completely agree. Yeah. I feel like episode 8 was such a fucked up episode in a good way. I thought it was a good episode. And it made me actually care about Ellie, given what she had went through, her struggle to, get away from this piece of shit human being, so I feel like there should have been an episode between episode 8 and 9 that was exclusively important to making Ellie and Joel realize that they truly do love each other, that they do want to get each other through, the shit that this world brings. And I feel like that's totally missing. That subway segment would have been a great addition to be its own episode and to sort of cultivate the bond and truly establish the bond between these two characters. A lot of this season just feels really broken up, and it just doesn't. Their relationship doesn't feel like it builds in a
It's not organic. It's not organic.
It isn't. It's just forced, and I feel like they totally missed an opportunity with an episode between 8 and 9 that really could have bring it home to us. Because at the start of episode, 9, we have the flashback, which it's crazy. It's a 43-minute episode and there's a flashback segment. It's crazy. It's bro, there's no finale here. There's so little here. And it's just after that, you have, Joel, being this lovey-dovey dude, being super open. And I'm just this doesn't feel right. This feels so forced just because. And it's at this point, I can't even blame if, Pedro doesn't really care. If he just said, I'm going to take the money, give them the basics and keep moving. I ain't even mad at him because this writing is just so discombobulated that I don't blame him. There's some episodes that feel like they're misplaced entirely, Left Behind. I feel like if you were going to do Left Behind, then it should have been episode 2 or something. Because you have, and maybe if you would have cut episode 1 in half and just showed Joel's backstory, and then after that showed Ellie's backstory, and then have the modern day shit and see where it goes from there, where they're meeting each other and stuff. I feel like that would feel more organic. Yeah. I don't know why they chose to throw everything everywhere.
There should have been a episode 10. If there was a 10th episode, I feel like it would have been a lot longer,
it would have felt better. There's definitely a lot missing here to make it feel natural. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that it's a terrible show. I just think it's mediocre. It's one of those things where there's definitely some highlights here, but there's definitely a lot of criticism. I will say the person that picked the music for a lot of these episodes, they have a good soundtrack in their head. I will say, they had some great songs that they put into the show. I think the cinematography is good overall. I even like Bella Ramsey as Ellie. And, at first she was kind of a little bit annoying to me, but she grew on me. And I think that episode 8 really wins you over with Bella. So I think that was really good episode in terms of getting me to like want to embrace Ellie. So that was cool. Overall, yeah, it's just mediocre to me. Season 2, I mean, I hope that, they do take the criticism and don't just say, well, you guys don't like it because you're a bunch of bigots. I hope they actually look at the criticism, because there's definitely valid criticism here, and make a better season 2. Like, hone your craft. Like, if you care about your craft, hone it, accept criticism. That's fair criticism. And, make a better season 2. If they could actually make a well thought out season 2 that's greatly paced, I'd be maybe willing. I would honestly be probably willing to watch just based on good pacing, even if I don't like Abby, even if I don't like where the game story heads. I'm cool with seeing good TV and filmmaking, and appreciating it on that sentiment alone. So hopefully they do the right thing and make better television for us all.
Yeah, I feel like because the show did so well, it's putting more pressure on the God of War TV show coming from Amazon.
Yeah. Is that going to be live action?
Live action, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I think it's good to have that kind of pressure. Actually,
definitely.
When you have successful IPs like that you have a successful video game that actually transitions into a live action series and it's a success, then you put pressure on other studios to be better when they're making these products. So I'm actually wanting that. I like that for other people, because then it's going to be able to make them do better. You're going to put pressure on them to actually make a good quality series for the viewer. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, so Neozoic asks a question, Cassie and others question, where do you rank the Last of Us series in the tiers? Like, from, like, good and great would be considered like Mortal Kombat 1995 for him. Okay is like Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raider, and then meh is the Super Mario Bros. Live action movie from back in the day, and then trash, which is like Resident Evil movies. That's how but like, where overall do you guys kind of rank this
I have
season?
it as okay. It's an okay show. Like, it's an okay series. Like, it has really good highs and then really low lows. So
okay,
it's just okay show overall.
I would rank it at like, I'd give it like from 1 to 10.
You could do that if you'd like to. You're fair to do.
I would give it. I want to between a 7 and an 8, if I'm being honest.
So overall, you think it's pretty okay?
Yeah, that bloater scene honestly like saved a lot of it for me. But yeah, there was overall a lot of things that it is okay, because I feel like,
I just wish it was consistent, man. Yeah, like, if every episode aimed to be episode 1, episode 5, episode 8, like, oh my god, we would have like, that would be like Mortal Kombat 95, like, great, like, video game movie levels. Like, that would be amazing if they aimed for that consistently. But we have some episodes to me that were genuinely great. Episode 1, episode 5, episode 8. Then you have okay episodes, which is like, to me, that's like episode 2, episode 4, episode 9. I think episode 9 is just okay. Then we have like the shits, which is like episode 3. Was it the episode after I think it's episode 6. Like, there's some really like fucking lows to this season. And to be honest with you, episode 4 was just a big nothing burger. So honestly, I think I'm being nice when I just say it's okay. I think honestly, it's definitely kind of almost like shit. But just the fact that I think they didn't like make me mad or annoy me was enough for me to say it was okay.
Episode 3 did.
Yeah, that's just, I just hate things that waste my time. If you go out of your way to waste my time, I'm naturally just going to dislike it. Yeah. My time is precious. I know other people, they love their time to be filled with anything at all. Hey, more power to you. But for me, I'd rather just be doing something that I genuinely enjoy than watching something that just feels like it's going out of its way to waste my time. Like 3 to 4 hour movies now is becoming the norm, and I just cannot stand it.
I can't do it.
So for me, I'd say it's okay. It's like, it's one of those things where I don't think it's good. I don't think it's bad. It just sits at okay. It has some great highlights that I think really carries it to an okay for me from like, any lower than that. So But any final thoughts on this? You say it's decent?
Whatever.
Not enough to make you watch it.
I don't give a fuck. Whatever happened to the Twisted Metal show?
They're still in development.
It's all in production.
Okay.
What's his name?
You have to assume.
The guy who plays Captain America now, I believe, is the main character in that TV show.
Oh, Sweet Tooth?
Oh, really?
I don't think he played Sweet Tooth, but he was cast as the main lead in that show.
Okay, well, you have some updates on your show that you're anticipating. Well, moving on to more PlayStation, centric things. We have a big rumor, and that is that the PS5 Pro is coming out in 2024. So let me just get this out here. PS5 so this is by Tom Henderson. Tom Henderson is a relatively respectable journalist, and he said exclusive PS5 Pro in development could release late 2024. So insider gaming sources have confirmed this. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're aiming for this. I don't think that this is set necessarily, but my thing is why? Just why?
Well, I mean, this is the norm. Like they did the same thing with PS4, so it was like almost a sure thing they would do with a PS5.
For me, it's one of those things where PS4 generation after that first year, especially in regards to to PlayStation itself, they were putting out next gen only games. They were just we want you, PS3 is cool and all, but we want you to take it to the next step. So we have all of these exclusive games for the PS4, starting from pretty much the very beginning, about from what I recall. They did not fuck around. They said, if you want to play our new experiences, you got to go out and invest in the new console.
Yeah.
So I understand with the whole COVID situation, having access to buying a PS5 was limited. So I understand doing cross-gen for a while, but we're in the middle of year three of next gen. It is now current gen. I don't want to call it next gen anymore. It's current gen.
Yeah.
And we're still not seeing a consistent flow of next gen only games. Matter of fact, there is not many of them at all. So my thing is, we're in year 3, and you're saying at the end of 2024, which is a year and some change from now, we might actually see a PS5 Pro. And I'm saying, why the fuck do I want a PS5 Pro when I can't even get next gen only games?
I can only think about the only games that come to mind is Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man 2, and Wolverine. That's it.
Yeah. It's not many. It's I depend on, look, I'm open to any games. I've always been the type, I'm willing to get any console to play the games that I want to play. That's just how I've always been growing up. And, for the most part, I'm kind of moving towards the PC because the PC has it all at some point or another.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what's the point? But I still have my Xbox Series X. I still have my PS5. I still have my Switch. I do like the console experience. I love just to plop down in my recliner, grab my controller, and the shit just works. Simple. I appreciate that for what it is. But I can't justify buying, and I'm open to buying a Pro. If it's worth it, I'm open to it. But if there's no next-gen only games, and that's not, the norm, I don't want this shit. I don't want this shit till, we get PS5 only games, period. I don't want to see any more cross-gen games with PS4. This is, ridiculous. This is one of the reasons that contributed to Sega, having to leave the console game, making consoles. This is one of many reasons.
Yeah.
You're oversaturating the market. That's how I feel personally.
I think the only company that needs a new console right now is Nintendo.
I agree.
Desperately.
I agree.
Desperately.
I agree.
They should be kind of embarrassed that you have a movie and a theme park coming out, and there's no new Mario game coming out at all, and there's no new system coming out.
My thing is I do agree with the because I can see how at first because they were Jim Ryan fucking sucks, man. Jim Ryan's the worst.
He does. He's an idiot.
He's the worst.
I mean, I will say, for business, he's great. But if you're a fan of just games, yeah, he's a fucking thorn in my spine. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck about you adapting all these series to all these game franchises to TV shows and movies. I want games.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they? Where the fuck are the games? Why the fuck are you throwing hardware at us? You just launched a VR headset, and I think that's great. Honestly, I support VR. I think it is the next step in gaming. That, you know, like, to me, I grew up like just starting like 3D gaming. That's when I started playing games, when 3D gaming became like the new thing. I got the PS1 and N64. So like, to me, the VR headset is the next true leap in gaming that was like, that reminds me of back then. So I think that is great. I think you're doing a good job on that front. But where the fuck are the PS5 games that don't support VR? It's mind-boggling to me. Stop throwing hardware in my face. We just, you know, I got a PS5. I have two of them. But the VR headset's out there. I do want to get that at some point. And now we're talking about next year Pro. It's mind-blowing.
Thing is just like they did a piss poor job. They basically lied to the consumers early on in the PS5 before it came out. Jim Ryan was like, "Oh, we believe in generations, blah blah blah," and then Miles Morales comes out. "Oh, PS4, PS5." I'm like, "What happened to this, Jim Ryan?" You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I get it because of how scarce it was to get a PS5. They do cross generation, but like you said, Cass, we're 3 years into this shit. After God of War Ragnarok, stop it. We 3 years in, only PS5 games now, which thankfully Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine, they clarify is PS5 only. Even like third-party games like the Dead Space remake, next gen only. You know what I'm saying? So it's just they're now starting to get to the next gen only phase.
You know, honestly, the smartest people, like, shout out to the people that still don't have a PS5 yet. Y'all were the smart ones. A lot of my a lot of friends in the community that I know said, I want to get a PS5. I really do. But given that their exclusives are still coming to PS4, given a lot of third parties still coming to PS4, what incentive do I have to upgrade? And it's like, y'all the smartest ones. I'm the asshole that I just can't help myself. Like, if I have the money, I just have to drop it because I don't make smart decisions, guys. So like, now I have two PS5s, and then like, you know, I've since, you know, built a PC, so things are definitely different in terms of my perspective. But yeah, like, honestly, you guys are the smartest ones. You might as well go for the Pro model, since, you know, you haven't gotten a PS5 yet.
I will say,
and it doesn't look like next gen only is going to be a thing, you know, for still a while.
I will say this though, like, even if I were to wait, like, because I played God of War Ragnarok on PS4 Pro, and playing the game in 30 frames was painful for me to watch, you know. So like, I personally would, because I'm all about like frames and ray tracing, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
but the person that has not invested in PS5 has not been spoiled yet. So you're right. I'd say hold on to your money, guys. It's looking like they're going to be shoveling hardware like it's coal into a furnace. So you might as well just wait for the best release possible.
Spider-Man 2, wink, wink. But yeah, like, I'm reading the chat right now. People are saying, I can't get a PS. Apparently now they're available everywhere. My GameStop down the street, every time I enter the store, they're like,
oh God, it's Sky.
When I go to, I actually finally saw a PS5 in public at Best Buy 3 years later. So it's like, I think now they're easier to get.
It's like, if you really, really want a PS5, you can get one. You may have to go to a few different places. You may have to make some calls. You know, it may come in and out of stock. But if you really want one at this point, if you have that, you know, $550, whatever the tax is for you guys, if you have that $550 to drop, you can get that shit within a week or so, depending on how things go. You can get it. So at this point, it's just whether you really want it or not.
I hate to say, but mine's been collecting dust. Haven't turned it on in a month.
Yeah,
that's fine. Well, when Spider-Man 2 comes out, there's that.
You're not a Spider-Man fan, though. I don't think Oz would have much of a reason to play.
The only two games I'm want to get is Silent Hill 2 and Wolverine. That's it.
I think Wolverine will come out next year, if I were to guess it.
Well, that's
Society touts that he's still a PS3 gamer and has yet to upgrade and doesn't feel the desire to upgrade. Sir, he's saying, you know who will never have to worry about downloading a video game? PS3 players. You know who doesn't have to worry about their storefront being closed down? PS5 players. I'm all for retro, man, but damn, nah. But TJ, how you feel about possibly having possibly having to consider whether you want a PS5 Pro next year or not?
I don't have to consider it at all. I'm building a new PC, man. I don't care about the PlayStation Pro.
Hey.
Like honestly,
PS3 gang in the house.
The PS5.
Yes, sir.
The PS5 was a bad investment for me, so I just gotta take that and accept that that was a loss. There's nothing that of any good use of it for me other than charging my Apple Watch and my iPhone and my headset on occasion. It's basically a charger at this point.
That's
anything that comes out on the PS5 usually ends up on a PC at some point. I do know that there is there's a year times exclusive for Final Fantasy 16, so I may consider using it for that. But outside of that, it really gets no use for me. So I don't have any inclination to cop a PS5 Pro. It's no point.
Yeah. So for me personally, like I have my basically the setup that you see is particularly my PC setup here. I like to just go like in front of me is my recliner, my 65-inch TV, and my console setup. So I like to hang out there. So for me, I like the console because I have my setup. If I wanted to, I can obviously change that shit all around and have this be an entire hub for me. But I like my setup the way that it is. So to me, a console is still viable. It's still optional for me. There's some people that, I completely understand if you're just a console owning gamer, that's cool. Yeah. But like my thing is, and what kills me is these console fanboys that constantly shit on us PC gamers for buying all these parts, for spending thousands of dollars on our rigs to have freedom. It's not just about the most powerful shit. I have complete total freedom here. That's what I wanted to build my PC for, and I built my own shit. I didn't go out and have I buy power, whatever, build it. No, I built that shit myself. I suffered from my baby. Okay, so I just hate that these console dudes constantly throw in our face, oh, you spent all this money in my PS5, please, and it looks just about the fucking same. And it's just like, you dumb motherfuckers are going to be the first ones online to buy a PS5 Pro. And you don't realize how stupid you look in the process. So you can go buy the Pro. I'm not telling you what to do, but make sure you bring your fucking clown shoes and red nose with you too while you're at it, because you just look like a big fucking hypocrite. That's just how I feel about it.
When the PS5 Pro is like $600 or more, they're the real clowns.
Yeah, exactly, man. Hey, at the end of the day, I always say, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But don't judge me for doing what I want to do. Exactly. It's really that simple. I do avoid that. And I will voice hypocrisy when I see it. Mm-hmm. And that is the biggest hypocrisy, because I see these dudes that hate PC gamers so much, call us terrorists and all that. And they're the most hyped to see that, maybe we're getting a PS5 Pro next year. Yeah, you guys are clowns.
Yeah, they fail to realize
the Game Pass.
Console fanboys don't seem to realize this, how dumb they are. Guess what, console fanboys? Guess what? The PlayStation 5 is a PC.
It is. And all of your games before they were on a PS5, they was running on a PC.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I just like to say that just to fuck with them at this point. Look, get your games where you get them. I'm glad to see that gaming is extremely accessible now, and that people are having fun with their games no matter where you get your gaming on. But just stop being a hypocritical clown. That's all I'm saying about that.
This is why I have a PS3, because of these games. Because for whatever reason, they will not port these games and Infamous 2 to the PS5 for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah. They just don't, like, they're just more concerned with, Hollywood at this point. Like, I think personally, Sony started to change it for a worse way when they moved out to California. It's just a lot of things changed with them, and I'm not too happy about it. I was big into PS4 at the beginning of PS4. Then my love of PlayStation started to wane towards the end of PS4, and now I'm into PlayStation, but not nearly as much as I used to be. Every generation, I'm up for grabs. I'm not like a console peasant. I'm up for grabs. If Xbox want to do what I think is awesome, hey, I don't mind investing and making it my main platform. The same thing with PlayStation. If you're doing the right thing, I don't mind making my main platform. I've always been up for grabs every single generation. I went from I had PS1, and I was battling between PS1 and N64. I can't definitively say which one was my main shit. Next gen PS2 was my main shit, but I played on my GameCube a lot. I bought a lot of games on my GameCube. The following generation, 360, that was my main hub right there. The generation after that, PS4. Now mostly PC, but hey, if you got games I want to play and I still enjoy the console experience, I don't mind investing.
Yeah, you're not team Xbox, PlayStation. You are team gamer. That's what you are. That's what we all are. Yep,
definitely. Guys, but any final thoughts on maybe having to continue to deal with this PS5 Pro talk?
I mean, because for last generation, I bought three PS4s. I bought the original PS4, the God of War 4 PS4 Pro, which here's the controller to prove it. Boop. The God of War 4
there
PS4.
you go.
That's what's up.
Cool.
And I bought the Kingdom Hearts 3 PS4 Pro.
Oh, look at you. Yeah, you're a big Kingdom Hearts dude.
Yeah,
so I ain't mad at you about that.
I have it right here. So it's like I'm only gonna buy PS5 Pro if God of War or Kingdom Hearts gets a console like a special edition version. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll gladly buy one.
Completely understood. Oz, you got anything to say about PS5 Pro possibly happening next year? Any final thoughts?
I'll pass. Just take a big pass.
Yeah. I don't even blame you. I don't blame you. Most games are just boring as shit to me nowadays.
I agree.
It's rare when I'm really like hyped for something. Like Final Fantasy 16 is that game that has me hyped. Like I'm willing to sacrifice everything to make sure I get that game. That's the one game that really has me like jumping out of my seat. And I haven't felt that in a while.
I'm pretty
TJ, any final thoughts? You good?
Remake.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, that's what's up.
Very hyped.
Yep. All right. So let's see. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but we totally skipped across the discussion of the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League game last episode. Because honestly, I was more interested in all the Capcom games than anything else. And everyone else in the discussion was more interested in talking about Street Fighter 6 and Resident Evil 4 and that stuff.
Listen,
Suicide Squad was the main discussion on that PlayStation event, and I didn't give a shit. I
want to give a shit.
No, I feel you.
Because these are the guys that made Batman Arkham City, Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum. Like, fuck yes, excited. But I feel like the studio is forcing them to make this a live service game. They're not good at that, y'all. They make single player experience. Like, and plus the graphics looks bad to me. But it's just, why does it need to be always online? Why live serve? Why can't it be a single player, multiplayer online game? Why? It's so dumb.
It's multiplayer. Everybody wants to play together. That's why.
It's just if always online is dumb.
If
it looks like Fortnite too.
If I didn't know that Rocksteady was making this Suicide Squad game, and someone told me, Rocksteady's making that, right? I would say, you're fucking lying. This was made by Volition. You can't tell me no fucking different. And unfortunately, it really is Rocksteady, man. And, it's been said that it's being delayed, and this is by, valid sources. And do you think that they can make this game better and actually, get you to want to buy?
Yes.
Go back to the drawing board.
The biggest thing is get rid of the live service, just make it single player and multiplayer online. I'm down for co-op also, but just don't make it a live. Not every game has to be Fortnite. It doesn't. Make it a single player game. Simple as that.
Plus, this is the last Batman game. It's actually have Batman, the Batman in it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a lot of us want to buy the game just on that alone. That's the last thing that the one and only real Batman is in. So, that's, it sucks that they showed this game off, and I'm just severely like, I'm over it. I don't care.
It's been 3 years since they announced this game. They announced it back in 2020, and I'm like, this is how the game looks like? Really? This is a next gen game? Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Realistically speaking, this is my prediction. I don't think that they are going to get rid of the live service because they intend for this game to be something they make money off of for many years and to just have it be a service-based game. I do, however, feel like they know that if they launch this Suicide Squad game in the same state that Marvel's Avengers launched, the same state that the Batman, what is it?
Arkham Knight?
No, not Arkham Knight, the PC version, but the third, that last co-op game launched that WB launched with Batman's sidekicks. If this game launches like Gotham Knights, thank you, Sailor Mercury. If this game launches like Batman Gotham Knights, this game is DOA. It's dead on arrival. Yeah. So I feel as though they're making sure to delay this game enough to polish it properly that it will work perfectly day one and not just the store being the only thing that works perfectly day one.
Man, I hate to say, I think Gotham Knights sticks closer to the lore of those three games instead of the Suicide Squad game.
I haven't played it, so I can't really comment.
I don't personally know for sure.
Like
I've always been more of a Marvel X-Men fan. That's where my passion knowledge is from. DC I've not been the most knowledgeable on, so I can't really speak on that.
After the Avengers game, I'm like, everyone should take notice. Everyone should take notes and see what they did that failed. And Suicide Squad is walking down the exact same path. So I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Like our Rocksteady, we have such a high standard for your games, and this game is severely underperforming.
So, it looks like Saints Row 4. I'm sorry, I can't unsee it.
It does.
The purple gunk that spews out of the villains really doesn't help it either. It kind of just gives that little kind of aesthetic to it. I just everyone expects more from Rocksteady. I'm not saying that this is garbage. It could end up being fun. I can't say for sure, but it just doesn't look, like a must-have. This is maybe at best if the game runs really well, if it's a fun co-op experience. Like to me, this is like, I'll pick it up maybe at $30 sort of deal. I feel like most games are like that these days. They don't beg me to buy day one. Like Final Fantasy 16, would it be nice to play that on PC? Hell yeah, of course. But it's only coming to PS5, and I'm buying that game day one. I don't care if it's $70, and I've been against $70, but that at least looks like it's worth the asking price. I'm there day one. I don't care if I have to fucking walk through a snow, sand, storm, whatever to get it. Okay, it is what it is on that front. This, I'll pick it up at a mega sale. Don't care.
If the game does launch as a live service, it should be free.
I agree. I believe like Battle Pass sort of sentiments in general are more than anything like free to play aspects of the games.
They'll call it the Battle Pass. That's what they're gonna fucking call it.
It's always everyone trying to be the next Fortnite, and they all fail in grand fashion for the most part.
Cassie, your webcam's like glitching a bit, just so you know.
Yeah. It was weird.
I'm getting like a low internet. I don't know why.
Rocksteady is watching the stream. They don't like us talking shit about their games. Trying to stop the stream. Okay,
I think it disappeared, so should be good. Yeah, I was getting like a bad connection thing, which is weird because I'm hardwired. But TJ, how you feel about Suicide Squad, bro? Being delayed and what you feel overall about the game?
Man. Rocksteady used to be one of my favorite development teams. Anytime you brought them up, always had high praises. Between Arkham Knight and this, I just don't have any more faith in them. So I just don't see anything good coming from this game. Like things, like y'all said, they don't specialize in live service games. They are single player experience based development team, and you taking them out of their element, and then this is what you get. There's backlash for it, and now the game is being delayed because you basically put them out there to let them show the game, and everybody's like, this is not what we wanted. We wanted a single player experience that was similar to the Arkham games that we played, and this is garbage. And like the graphics are really bad. Like I don't know if it was running on PC. If it was, it couldn't have been running on high because that was awful. Like it's just a bad looking game. The reticle is trash. I don't like the little quips that they say. Like it's just not a good game from what I've seen so far. So I have no faith in this game, and it's good that it's delayed so they can try to fix it.
Like look at the Suicide Squad game, and you'll notice how everyone liked the game because it was single player.
Yeah.
Oh, which game?
The Suicide Squad game.
Which one?
The one after the Avengers game.
Oh no, you're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy.
What did I say?
You said Suicide Squad. No, you good, bro. You good. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. He's gonna have to go put a bucket of water over his head. Wake up. But any final thoughts on Suicide Squad? Hopefully it gets better, but
I want them to fix it. That's all. I just fix it and make it something playable.
If they're going to go this route, I think I would rather them do a just delayed game.
What, a delayed game?
No, a Justice League game. If they were going to go this route, they would have sold way more cosmetics and all types of shit. They would have they just be like a Justice League.
You know why they didn't do a Justice League game though?
Because Avengers.
Because it'd be just like Avengers. It'd be the same shit. So they figure, let's go the route of making the villains like sort of be like anti-heroes instead, because at least that's a general difference.
It's weird because they would tease that. They would tease a little bit of the Justice League and like the Gotham Knights. They tease like little like posters for like Superman and like the Flash and shit. But they never made a game prior to that. It's fucking weird. Like, well, people have been hungering for a Superman game or like a Flash game for fucking ever now.
Yeah. James is asking, I own 2 PS4. Should I upgrade to a PS5 without a 4K TV? No. Get your TV first. Get your TV first.
Does your TV does 120? Then don't worry about it.
Yeah, like honestly, get your TV first because you need to future-proof yourself. So definitely future-proof yourself with getting the TV first, and then upgrade to PS5. Hell, you might even say, "Fuck it, I'll get the PS5 Pro," so you have the ultimate version of the PS5, and that's your main upgrade. So you have like the super upgraded version, which would be cool. So
you would have to get a TV that supports 120 frames.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it'd definitely be cool for sure. So Nizo's asking, Cass and others, did you notice that most media that focus on Task Force X, Suicide Squad end up failing?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's, I don't know. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You're not.
I just wish everyone was hoping for a Superman game, man.
CS did that.
Yeah.
No hoping.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice because I've never seen a Superman game done successfully. At least from what I played, I remember I had an OG Xbox exclusive Superman game. It was fucking garbage.
Was this Superman Returns?
Garbage. No, it was not that. It's not based off the movie. It was like an Xbox exclusive. It actually had like the exclusive symbol on there. I got it for Christmas, and it was bad. I wish I knew the name of it.
What was the one Superman movie game that was really good? You actually could float
Superman
like into space. That game was freaking good. I liked it.
I think it was Superman Returns.
Yes.
Okay. So the movie game was actually better. That's kind of ironic. But I mean, hey, yeah. All right, so guys, let's move on to RoboCop Rogue City because I mean I was super hyped about this game, and I think maybe I set my expectations maybe a bit too high. I wasn't expecting it to be like ultra AAA, but I watched it and I'm like, damn, I wish this was just a little bit better. The gameplay,
you did.
Yeah, I definitely set my expectations.
You did because you sent the trailer for us to watch it, and I looked. I said, "Why are we watching this?"
Yeah, I'm sad. I'm sad.
Why are we?
I was so hyped for it too.
And here's the thing: I thought putting like actually writing tickets for people. I thought that was funny. I thought that was a little funny thing to have at the end of the trailer. And maybe it is because it is RoboCop that his movements are as very like stiff and robotic as they are.
Yeah.
So I get that aspect, but I think the actual gunplay and like the way that the gun was aiming on the screen looked weird. Like it wasn't. It didn't seem accurate at all. So I didn't really like that aspect of it. But I do appreciate that, they obviously had the original actor come and do
Peter Weller
of RoboCop.
Yeah.
I thought that was, obviously that's always a good thing to have. But overall, I just think if it's like a $30-$40 game, I wouldn't be mad at it. But
I agree.
anything past that it'd be criminal to pay anything past $40 for that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look, man, I'm super hyped. I was super hyped for RoboCop, and I can objectively say that gameplay looks super dated. That first-person gameplay looks extremely dated. I definitely have to keep expectations in check. Hopefully, at least it appeals to my RoboCop, fan senses in regards to Peter Weller voicing RoboCop. One effect that I did like is when he shot that last guy, you saw his blood like on the wall. I thought that was a cool effect. I don't think it's all bad, but you could tell B tier devs. I liked Terminator Resistance, but even that is a B tier game. You have to have level-headed expectations, and if you do have level-headed expectations, you'll enjoy it as a fan of Terminator. And this, I think it's the same thing. If you're big into RoboCop, I know that RoboCop is a little more niche than Terminator, but I love the OG RoboCop. I even like 2.
Oh, yeah.
And this definitely does appeal to the fan in me in regards to RoboCop. So hopefully it does, end up looking a little bit better. But I feel as though, and I don't know if you guys comment this, I feel as though it got a bit of a visual downgrade. Not like dramatic, but I feel as though it got a little bit of a downgrade from the first original reveal.
It did.
So, Mo, how do you feel about RoboCop? Are you a fan of RoboCop? Is it your thing?
I have never seen a single movie.
Oh, man. Okay. I mean, look, it could be worse. You could say that you've only seen the remake. Then I'd be throwing tomatoes at you. So
that movie, no, hell no.
That movie is garbage. If you're a fan of RoboCop, nobody that's a fan of the OG RoboCop likes the remake. So you're at least on even ground with me, sir. I'd say the first 2 RoboCops are dope.
Dumb.
Yeah, he's very basic looking visually, like very generic. What I appreciate about RoboCop is the body acting. Peter Weller's body acting and the way he delivers his lines in the original movie are so good to me. And I'm just gonna go I'm gonna do this because I'm getting bad connection again.
Oh, but I'm the only one here then.
Nah, I'll turn it back on once everything. I just don't want to, make anybody's eyes. I don't want to give anyone a seizure with flashing lights. So, okay, I think it's gone now. So, on that front, I hope that they display the really good body acting of Peter Weller. I hope they're able to translate that to the game. Obviously, I don't think he's doing mocap for this. I don't expect him to. He's an old man now. Just let him do the voice acting. Very, very old. He is ancient.
He's almost decrepit at this point, honestly.
Yeah. So I understand no mocap. At least, act it out as best as you can. With that, I'll be cool with it. I'll probably pick this up. If it's 50, I'll pick it up. If it's 70, then I'm gonna have to wait for it.
It's at a discount, man.
It comes out
or something.
Did it have a release date? I can't remember. I think it comes out in June.
I don't think it had a release date from what I remember seeing in the trailer. It just showed the end. It didn't say a date or anything.
Okay, so maybe this is it doesn't have a release date yet. If it comes out in June, I'm not. If it's at a discount, I'll pick it up to support it. But look, June is Final Fantasy month. Final Fantasy 16 comes out in June. Everything else is unimportant to me, but I will make one exception for RoboCop because I'm a long-time fan.
Okay, it does have a release window, and it's September 2023. That's the window.
That's more reasonable. So we'll see. It's definitely going to be heavy competition. Honestly, I think they should delay it to early next year or something like that.
I think they should too, because September is tough. I think that's around the time that it's estimated that Spider-Man 2 is supposed to come out.
Yep.
And if you put it out during that time, it's gonna that's murder.
I'm at least trying Starfield. I will be playing that because it's on Game Pass, and I will also be playing Spider-Man 2. So
I'll try not to laugh. I'm about to. I don't want to play that game.
I'm playing that piece of shit.
I don't want to play that
What,
game at all.
Starfield?
I'm cool. Yeah, I'm
No,
good on
fuck
that.
I'll give it
that.
a try.
Look, guys,
I'll
you
give it a
don't
try.
even like RPGs, dude. So shut
I
the fuck
don't.
up.
If I'm gonna play, I'll just play No Man's Sky. I'm good.
I mean, for me personally, Starfield recently had an unintentional. Well, it got delayed without them actually saying it's delayed because it's supposed to come out the first half of the year, so it's been delayed. That game, from what I've seen, the first time they showed it, it looked ass. People are saying, like, I haven't looked into it. People are saying I think that the visuals have improved, at least from the little background video that they had. It's crazy that they put out that video just to announce that they're having like an in-depth, like discussion or like gameplay showcase in 3 months. Like, to me, that's just like what is this? Like, that's why I didn't even want to make it a main topic. I'm sorry, Xbox, unless you have guarantees for me,
Right.
I can't waste my time.
Oh,
I'm interested in Starfield because I love Bethesda, Oblivion, particularly Fallout 3, as well as New Vegas. But I feel as though their open world titles have taken a massive downgrade since then. So we'll see. I think Starfield will hopefully kind of be a step up for them, at least from Fallout 4. If it's a step up from Fallout 4, I'll be hyped to play it. But we'll see.
I mean, we did get the release date for Textile Chainsaw Massacre, which I'm fucking excited for.
But it was like 30 seconds. That's why I didn't want to talk about that either.
There's actually someone in the chat asking about if they require a 4K TV for the PS5. Not necessarily, but a lot of their games do run at 1080p 60, so you should be fine.
Yeah, so you can set up in the PS5 settings, you could set it up so that it says like 4K. 1080p. Your TV's a 1080p resolution TV, and obviously, I'm sure your TV probably doesn't support VRR, which is variable refresh rate and all that. So you'd be missing out on a lot of features because your TV simply doesn't support them. But it does support 1080p. So on that front, you're fine.
But
basically, look, at the end of the day, if you're trying to get a PS5, I highly recommend that you get a 4K 120 hertz TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, trying to do anything, you're shortchanging yourself if you do anything less than that. Honestly,
I recommend getting.
So make sure that you get a 4K TV with HDR10, and you make sure that it has 2.1 HDMI on it, so that you can utilize the 120 hertz, and then you'll be straight.
And VRR, yep.
Yeah, almost every PS5 game that I've played has the option for 60 frames and 120 frames. So go for it.
So Words of Paradise does bring a good point. He said, I'm actually concerned there just isn't a market for RoboCop. I mean, RoboCop isn't actually A-list anymore. It's like, making a Darkwing Duck game. Cool classic IP, but is there that big of a modern audience? Yeah, I mean, I completely understand where you're coming from. That's why it's a B-tier game. It will definitely appeal to longtime fans. But, you're right. Hopefully, the amount of money they invest into it, they can see a healthy, return on it. So we'll have to see. That's why I have to keep my expectations down. I mean, I'm a longtime fan, but I do recognize RoboCop isn't nearly as big as Terminator is, even with all the garbage Terminator movies that have come out since 2.
Yeah.
Terminator has stuck around, whereas RoboCop, it's definitely kind of, fallen off. But I hope that this game can invigorate people to be excited about something RoboCop in 2023. Yeah. So we'll see.
I'll take a new Darkwing Duck game. I'll fucking buy it.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like there is a big audience for it because last year there was that Chip and Dale movie, and that movie did very well. It was nominated for an Oscar. It did that well.
Hell yeah, it was awesome. The best part was Darkwing Duck at the end. Fuck it.
Yep, it was.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised people haven't gone at this RoboCop game just because he's a cop.
Let me look up this trailer for the RoboCop. So I haven't seen the trailer yet. What's it called?
It's called RoboCop Rogue City Gameplay.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice graphics.
It's okay. The graphics are, it resembles that of a B-tier game.
80s based. It's
3D. There's definitely some highlights there, but I do think it looks like
first person. Oh.
Yeah.
Should have been third person. Fuck.
It would have been cool to have seen if they would have like had his movements in there, and it's third person. Like to me, that would be the best. But I will say this: the devs of the game, they did Terminator Resistance in first person, so I'd rather they default to what they know instead of doing something maybe they're not too familiar with. I don't know for sure if that's the choice that they made because of that, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's a decent game, it's respectable, and fans of RoboCop can enjoy it because they've proven that they're into lore. Like they respected the Terminator War, Terminator Resistance. Their game is the only good Terminator game that I know of that exists. Period. So on that front, I'm excited for RoboCop. We'll see where it goes. Hopefully it's decent. But any final thoughts on RoboCop?
Yeah,
right.
like I said, I don't think the game is horrible to like from what I've seen in gameplay. So I'll get it on discount, but I'm not paying anything more than $40 for it.
Yeah, I feel you. How you guys feel about 4K gaming? Do you think it's the shit?
Enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crisp picture, man. To me, I prefer high frame rate over resolution. I'm more of like I like 2K with like 60 plus FPS, like that's preferably 90 to 120 FPS. Like to me, I think that's like the real nice there. So 2K, that's for me personally, but to each their own. Which you like more?
A good example. If you want to go look up Fortnite at 120, looks gorgeous.
Yeah, if you ask me, like I game on ultra wide is 2K. It's at 144 hertz, so I'm not going like I'm not doing anything less than that. And once we talk about the next topic, I'll get more into
they're not
talking about other things. But yeah, I think 4K, like initially when I was on PC, it was at 4K and it looks amazing, but I do prefer frame rate over resolution.
Yeah,
so.
we
hold on, Oz. We hear you. Do you hear us?
Uh-oh. Hello.
Let me pull him up.
Oh no,
he left. He'll come back.
Okay, he has to fix it.
Yeah, dynamic 4K is good. Honestly, I can't really tell the difference because my eyesight is going to shit anyway. Yeah. So if you got, to me, 2K and 4K, I mean, I can tell sometimes a little bit of a difference, but nothing too drastic. Can you hear us now, Oz? Because we heard you, but you couldn't hear us. But final topic of the evening. You guys all played the Resident Evil 4 demo? Yeah, you in there, Mo? Yeah,
okay, I'll start off because I didn't play it fully, so I'll explain why. So the reason I played, I started the demo playing it on PC, and maybe my PC is showing its age because yeah, get him out of here and go try again. So I played the demo, and the frame, as soon as you go outside, the frame rate went to about 50, and then it started dipping to like 40s, and it wouldn't go up, and I kept turning everything down, and I wasn't getting what I wanted, and I just uninstalled it. So I don't know if it's because the game is just that demanding or my PC is just that old. I don't know. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's just showing its age at this point, but I wasn't able to get. I went to the house. I did a few things. And then jumped out the window, and literally that's when the game just completely I couldn't stand the frame rate, and I uninstalled it. So like I said, I already have it pre-ordered. Everybody knows I have it pre-ordered. I'll be there Friday day one, so hopefully things work out at that point. But in terms of the demo, I did not get to fully enjoy it.
Yeah, for me personally, I'm running a 3060 11th Gen i7 16 gigs RAM. So for me, I did also tell that difference in frame rate. I had like between medium and high settings sort of. So it was hitting like 60 at the lowest, around that 55 range sometimes, but then it's like in the house I was getting like 100. It really did vary. So obviously when you're indoors, it's gonna, the frame rate is going to be better. Outdoors, hopefully they do offer a little more optimization on that front. But overall, the game played relatively well for me. I didn't really have many complaints. It looks beautiful. I not only did I play it on my PC, but I also downloaded it on my PS5 as well. Played through it on there. It's great on PS5. Like, honestly, if you're concerned with the way it performs on PC, perhaps consider the PS5 version. I think it's very much viable in its own right. Looks gorgeous.
Yep.
Gameplay, frame rate. I didn't notice any, Oz. Do you hear me? All right, I'm just gonna be Oz. But
you can hear us? Oh, never mind. Sorry.
But yeah, overall, I think that's great. I'm not like, I like Resident Evil, but like Resident Evil scares the piss out of me. So like I'm a dabbler when it comes to Resident Evil because I appreciate it. I buy the games because when I see quality, I want to support quality. So if you make quality games, even if I'm not necessarily a big fan, I'll buy it. I bought and played Demon Souls day one, $70, because I thought it was genuinely a well-made game. I bought, Resident Evil 8. I'll dabble in it when I do get a chance. I bought Resident Evil 3. I dabble with that because I really like Jill's character. I think her design is cool. I just think that she's a cool video game character overall, and truly iconic, man. My goal one day is to actually play through RE1 Remake and make it through. I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen because that game is horrifying. It is awesome. What I love about it the most. So I think that they're geniuses with their game design because literally the game is designed to give you anxiety in its basic game design. Fundamentally, it's genius. It scares the absolute piss out of me. Oz. I have to remove him because he's kind of like being like talkative over everyone. But sorry about that, guys. But yeah. We got the Lemonade King over here, who's a super fan of Resident Evil 4 particularly. He's a big Leon Kennedy fanboy. He is extremely excited. He's played through the demo like 40 times, and I'm not even being hyperbolic. He's played through it at least 40 times. And he gives it the thumbs up approval. And this is someone that's played the original many a times before. He's super into it. I will definitely pick up this game at some point. I don't know if I'll pick it up day one. Honestly, like I said, nothing is in between me and Final Fantasy 16. But as someone, I'm a neutral. I think Resident Evil's cool. From what I played it on two systems, particularly so I can give my thoughts on the demo. I played it on PC, played it on PS4. Great game. Great demo. This is what Square Enix needs to do. Make games that are well optimized and put out well optimized demos so that, people actually get are left with a good taste in their mouth after they play your demo. But Mo, I know that you're a big Resident Evil fan too. Do you think that this will be better than RE2 and RE3?
Yeah!
Holy
shit!
I
love it. I fucking love this demo, man.
Okay.
They did not need to go so ham on this demo. Here's my ancestor clap. That's how excited I am. It's just, yes, I played the OG RE4 on the GameCube. Loved it. In my opinion, it is the best Resident Evil game ever made, in my opinion. So, I really enjoyed RE2 Remake. And it's like, RE3 Remake was meh, if I'm being honest. But, the fact that the people that made the RE2 Remake is making RE4 Remake, they have done a fantastic job because holy shit, the demo has so much work put into it, man. The fact that there's a freaking code you can type in to get hard mode, you can get the machine gun by taking away all your weapons and stuff. You can freaking parry weapons, bro. You can parry weapons.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man.
I will say this. Yeah. Sorry about your head. Sorry about your ears. I should have probably given y'all a warning, so I do apologize for that. I will bonk myself for that. Bonk. Anyway, so then at the same time, it's I will say my only critique is that Leon is a bit slower this go around. When you played the OG game and the new one, Leon moves a tiny bit slower, and honestly, I like it. because it's a bit more realistic, a bit more grounded, a bit more like how an actual human would run. Because in the OG, everything was over the top. Like you throw a grenade, they freaking like twist in the air and they fall down. This one, they just fall, they jump back and they fall down.
You like that it's a bit more grounded.
Yes, it's not Michael Bay over the top.
Yeah,
but like everyone in the chat, I played it probably not since PT. I played a demo this many times. I fucking love it. And bro, it's only gonna get better because this is just the beginning of the game. We know what's coming later in the game, and it's only gonna get better. I can't wait, man. I want this game right fucking now. So I loved it.
A lot of people express the same sentiment as you. A lot of people play the original. It's one of their favorite games of all time. And they are genuinely like super excited. Capcom hasn't disappointed them yet. I hope that it's everything you guys want it to be. Real quick, let's check and see if Oz is good.
I'm good.
You good, bro? You're good? You hear us?
Can you hear me? Yes, I hear you.
Yes, I hear you. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, and Drew says, I can't wait for RE4 remake. Haven't been this hyped in a while for a demo, and it's amazing. That's what's up, man.
What's with all the F's in chat? I see a lot of F's in chat. Why?
Well, because Zeno, the producer, said put a F in the chat for Oz that got booted. So everyone put F's in the chat. I did, but yeah, I think I'm not like in terms of like I'm a very casual Resident Evil person. Like I don't even say I'm a fan. I just like a lot of things about it and want to become a fan. I'm really excited for that movie that they showed off because I like Jill as a character. So they showed off Chris, Leon, and Jill. I think that's awesome because you don't really see Jill very much other than RE4 Remake, and it kind of did her game dirty in terms of giving the fans of the original what they want. I think that the game is a great designed game. I love the overall design of the game. It's visually beautiful, really good performance. The general overall design, I think, is well done, but it's missing a lot of things that longtime fans were hoping to see. And overall, it just didn't feel like a game worth its price point, which is completely understandable. But it looks like this game, Capcom is taking it super seriously. And I'm really highly anticipating that movie. I don't know if you are too, Mo.
What movie?
So they just showed off a trailer at the Capcom event. I don't know if you watched it.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Yeah, and it's cool because it's like you see like, Chris, Leon, and Jill.
We get to see Leon and Jill in the same frame for the first time. Let's go.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Because I know that's a thing. Yeah, where they haven't been displayed together. So I think Jill's a really cool character. And given everyone loves all the characters for different reasons. So it's cool. A lot of people I'm hearing that the VR for Resident Evil 8 is pretty dope. I literally piss myself if I played that. I'd have to be severely drunk and paid a lot of money to play something like that. But if you guys are out there playing that, more power to you.
Seeing Lady D right in front of me, cannot wait.
Relax, Lemonade. Jeez.
You Lemonade would feel the same exact way. So
put your milk in my Cocoa Puffs, please. I love Lady D. That's all I want to say.
Wait, hey, that's great, man. I'm glad that they gave you such a memorable character. Slade 4K says Mo Chocolate's awesome. Keep him on the show. Love his passion. Hey, Slade 4K, aka Anarchy. He's a super big fan of RE4, and he's been making fun of people that have been bitching about the petty stuff in RE4. Like people were kind of, and it's like, look, man, I kind of get it because like the yellow thing on the boxes, I've seen it in other games, and it's annoying in every game.
I don't mind it.
It's like I'm used to seeing that, so it doesn't really bother me. Some people have problems with that. Some people, just because it plays not exactly as good on Xbox as it does on PS5, they canceled their pre-order over that. It's like, clearly you don't want to play good games. I don't know what to tell you. Find a game that makes you happy then, if that's the case, because that's crazy that just because it's slightly not as good, it's bad.
Hey,
Oz, what were you
can always beat him in Fortnite. The game's got to make them famous.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like this is how much detail they put into the game. You'll have an enemy like one time I wanted to test something out. I went in front of a bear trap. A enemy walked on it and their foot got caught. I kicked them and their leg was still in the bear trap. And they they started crawling to me. I'm like, this is the game of the year, bro. Hell yeah. This was not in the OG game. At all.
The attention to detail is definitely a huge highlight.
Yeah.
They do not fuck around. I can definitely tell. And that is a great piece of detail, man. Fine work by Capcom. Hopefully the release is everything everyone's wanted it to be. And Lemonade King said, yeah, some people are bitching because you can't shoot through doors like the OG. Really?
I mean, maybe, because here's the thing, it's just a demo. Maybe once the game comes out, you can kick doors, shoot through doors. Like, people need to stop, need to realize that's why it's called a demo.
Right.
A small teaser. You're not getting the whole experience. You're literally getting a small piece of the pie, with the whole pie coming next week. You know what I'm saying? People,
look, man, in a day and age where, like I said, they're trying to normalize settling for mediocrity. I think it's fair to say that maybe RE4 doesn't do every fucking thing. You know, it doesn't cook you breakfast. It doesn't blow you. It doesn't do all of it. But I think it does a damn near good amount of stuff, more than the average game does. That's for sure. It achieves above and beyond what the average game that costs $70. And apparently, I heard this game's only $60. It does way more than what $70 games do. Let me confirm that just to be sure. That's not bad. Resident Evil 4 remake. Just to make sure. Because we got $70 games out here that look like dog shit. Let's just be real.
If it's actually stay real on PS5, then I'll be very surprised.
Let me see.
I will gladly pay $70 for that game. That is worth that price in my opinion.
I think it is. In comparison to what else is coming out at that price point. Let's see. It is.
Capcom is just on a freaking roll, man.
It is
really doing well.
Good on them.
It's $60 game, man. And it's to me one of the most quality $60 games I've seen released. Though.
Resident Evil 2, 3, 8 DLC, and now 4 remake. And good job.
How much is Street Fighter 6?
Probably. I don't know.
It'll probably be $70. It'll probably.
Yeah, it's a bigger game.
Let me see.
Oh, and by the way, Exoprimal, the beta is open right now, so you can play it on PC.
You're right.
I think it's on everything.
Was it everything? I'm gonna play it.
I'm reading Paradise's comment. Yeah, you're right. I'm just saying, like, it's a demo, Like, it's once the full game comes out, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything people will complain will not be in the game.
Right.
Things that they want will be in the game is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, if they're going to the sense of even fixing the rain because people bitched about the rain, if they're going to that detail, then don't worry about it.
I like the rain. I think the rain looks badass.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, we have to be reasonable. I mean, we want it to be the best game it could possibly be, but at the same time, it is the creator's vision as well. Some things should definitely be addressed. I think the rain was a little bit extra. It like I said, I'm going blind. I don't need you to mess up my vision any more than I've already done for myself. So if they could definitely fix that for it to be more reasonable, like I think that's a good thing overall. But some things, honestly, I'm just grateful that we're getting quality games because I feel as though that's kind of been, eluding these days. I will say this also, just to confirm, Street Fighter 6 is a $60 game. So
okay.
Great $60 games.
That's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited that games are still $60. Imagine this world that was
sad.
Shout out to MK. I think I'm sorry if I missed my name. MK28. That is a really old sketch. My God, that is thank you, buddy. Wow. Thank you. That's like 2011, like sketch.
Ooh, okay. Damn. Okay, so he's known you for a long time. That's what's up, man. Good to have you here, MK. Any final thoughts on Resident Evil, the demo? Just what I
hope because I know like there was a Ada Wong DLC for the game. Please bring that back. I would love that.
Okay.
And
okay, that'd be
there
dope.
will be mercenaries mode that's good, but it's like I hope it'd be cool if there was multiplayer for the more like co-op multiplayer.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
that'd be cool.
know that they did confirm mercenaries, if I'm not mistaken,
They
right?
did, yeah. They did, yeah.
Okay, so you have no details on that as of right now.
Nothing.
Okay,
I want Ada Wong DLC.
hopefully they do come through with that. And Neozoic says, Cassie and others, how do you feel about people's concerns that Resident Evil 4 Remake would tone down or have woke elements?
There was no.
I haven't
woke
really
element.
seen anything. I really can't, we can't just jump to conclusions on anything. I haven't seen anything that seems to warrant any concern. It's one of those things where I feel as though we have like the situations of wokeness that I think is a problem, but I feel as though people running out just calling everything woke is also not good. Like these are, you guys are kind of being the same, just in reverse. So definitely, guys, unless that there's something to warrant concern, just relax, man. At the end of the day, like I know a lot of people were, voicing their concern with Dead Space in terms of the one gender, singular gender
bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, look, it wasn't in the original game, I get it, but there's so much bigger fights to fight out here.
That was one of those instances where you point out something that's so minute it has no bearing on what the actual story is, and it was nothing to complain about. I didn't care.
Yeah, I feel as though there may have been some things in regards to Dead Space Remake that are considered, maybe woke, whatever. But here's my thing. Like, when you're trying to appeal to everyone, I understand. Like, at least that makes sense from a basic consumer standpoint. You want to appeal to everyone. You want everyone to buy your game. That's what a business wants to do. So I get it on that front. It's when you do things to purposely try to exclude a certain group of people that I have a problem with. That to me is bad. So, in regards to Dead Space, they didn't do anything that necessarily leads for me to believe that they're trying to exclude anyone. So I can't really, I'm not gonna
stir the pot. That's all they're trying to do.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I'm not gonna cry about that. I don't really see a problem with it. I mean, do we have issues in regards to gender bathrooms that people are, that's being voiced in modern day? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's a video game, and they did a lot of things to appeal to Dead Space fans. And I think that that's to be respected. And they didn't go out of their way to exclude anyone. So I'm not really going to be fighting on that hill, man. There's definitely a lot of other issues.
Boom, boom. Oh, wait, gender bathrooms? Fuck this game. No one's doing that. No one's doing that.
I mean, hey, maybe you could have Isaac, standing in the middle to divide the doorway so that you can have that space there. There we go. So,
as far as I'm concerned, Ashley is a biological woman, so there isn't any woke stuff in RE4 Remake.
Yeah. So I don't think that there's any issue. Like I said, who knows? But while Capcom has concerned me with some of their statements in the past, I don't think that they're going to adhere to Western woke ideology in order to appeal to people that would never play their games to begin with, especially when they have to make sure that this game is good enough for longtime fans. Like, these fans are very passionate about RE4 Remake. If they fuck this up, it will kill them in many ways. They might as well find a new franchise to milk the shit out of if they fuck up RE4 Remake. So,
here's my question for everybody, though. Like, we all know this game will be a big hit, but what do you think they're going to do next? Do you think they'll remake Code Veronica or RE5?
They should. They should. I think, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Resident Evil. I appreciate it. I think it's cool. I want to get into it more. That's why I think I'm leaning more towards the film aspect of it, because like I deal with horror film a lot differently, a lot more like acceptable than horror video games. So I think that that's the avenue for me personally. But realistically, Code Veronica should get a remake.
Yes,
it's not nearly as accessible as stuff like the original RE4, like those games. Like, it deserves it. It really does. It's a very dated game. It deserves it. Maybe even more than Resident Evil 4 Remake does, because Resident Evil 4 is a very playable game. Yes. It's very, very playable. Yes. So they should go down that route. I know it's a highly requested thing amongst longtime fans, and I think that given the current state of Resident Evil, how popular it is, I think that it would be a great hit for sure. I don't think it'll be as successful as RE4 Remake, but definitely I think it'll warrant the development time and money put into it for sure.
I hope they don't remake RE5. It does need a remake, in my opinion.
Yeah. They made a good amount of money on it alone, despite it being an unfavorable one amongst the horror side of Resident Evil. So just take your dub.
Cool.
Dino Crisis?
Cool. Yeah.
Dino Crisis, yes! All the way, man. 100%. I'd rather have that than Code Veronica. Remake Dino Crisis. Don't give us that piss poor the dinosaur co-op shooter game. No. Dino Crisis, Capcom.
I mean, look, Alex vs. Evil, like he says, I don't think they will remake Code Veronica because of the cross-dressing in the game. I mean, to be fair, Square Enix did a remake, but Square Enix remade, Final Fantasy VII, and that has a cross-dress segment from, from Cloud. So they could do it. It just depends. Or do they have the balls? Nobody bitches about that. And if anyone does bitch about that, they get yeeted into the ether by Final Fantasy fans. So.
I would like to see a new Mega Man game, like a 3D platformer Mega Man game would be cool.
Mega Man Legends 3. I like Mega Man Legends. I've been into Mega Man Legends. 2 is left on a massive cliffhanger. We need the sequel, okay? Or remakes. I'll even accept remakes of Mega Man Legends because they're very dated. They have that early 3D gameplay that's not very favorable, man. It didn't age well. So
let's hear from TJ. We haven't heard from TJ in a while.
Yeah. Would you be down for what's next? Would you be down for in regards to Resident Evil, TJ? You would like a Code Veronica remake, or you think that Capcom should concentrate on the franchise?
Yeah, I've never played Code Veronica, so if it's as important to the franchise as the fan base makes it seem, then I think it should be remade. And I think obviously, whatever team worked on 3, just don't have them do it. That's all I'm saying.
3 sucked.
I did not like 3. No.
And in terms of Capcom, I think they've been on a good run. I would, and like you said, Cassie, Mega Man Legends 3 would be necessary if they were to remake the first one completely from the ground up, because that RE engine is a beautiful engine. Everything that they do that comes, that they make in that engine is well optimized. So I have no complaints. So I wouldn't mind that. Dino Crisis is basically Resident Evil with dinosaurs. I'm not mad at it, and I think it could work. I mean, they've been on a consistent run, and their fan base is enjoying everything that they're doing. As long as they're passionate and they put in quality, hey, do whatever you want, Capcom, as long as it's good.
I agree. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, buddy. I am all for it.
Honestly, a franchise I would like to see revisited is Breath of Fire. That is it's basically kind of like Dragon Quest back in the day. Breath of Fire is real old school. I played Breath of Fire 4, I believe, on Switch, and the game is very playable. Would love to see that franchise make a resurgence. It's really cool if you're into like really traditional RPGs. I love Dragon Quest because it's super traditional. So, I would love to see Breath of Fire make a comeback. So that would be cool. We'll see.
Or another Mario RPG game from them would be cool.
Down.
Oh, that's Nintendo specifically, though.
That's the Square.
That's Capcom.
Square does that.
Is it?
Capcom.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay.
I thought
Square did that.
Did they? Oh yeah. They did. What's Capcom?
Yeah, that was a Square Enix game originally. Well, no, it was a SquareSoft game that did. They did that.
Why did it was a Capcom game? Oh well, fuck me.
Neozoics asking favorite remakes. What's been your guys' favorite remake thus far?
Who wants to go first?
That's a tough question, honestly.
Because I would say, like, if I were to make a list, it would be Pokemon Fire Red. Like, I grew up on Pokemon, big Pokemon.
I enjoyed
fan,
that.
But
I enjoyed that. Wow.
I tried playing the original Pokemon Red. It is a frustrating, broken mess. Like, you can only carry 10 items in the game. No, I'm sorry, 20. I'm like, I can't do this. But Pokemon Fire Red fixes everything. So
it does.
So
I don't. That's one of the few GBA games that I did not retain, and I'm fucking pissed about it. Like that one pisses me off that I don't have that one anymore. And then, that's actually up there for me for sure.
And yeah, like the chat is saying, Final Fantasy VII fucking remake, bro. That like I never played the OG game, and the story, the voice acting, Tifa, holy shit, Tifa, I want you to sit on me, Tifa. God damn, they did not need to make this bitch so fucking beautiful. Like, holy shit, man. Tifa is just, yes, Tifa. Trust me, I there's actually a tape over my mouth right now, but goddamn, it's Tifa. But it's just, I love the fact that nobody knows what's happening next, you know? If I won't spoil it, but like
it's pretty cool.
How the game ends, nobody knows what's next, and I love that. So cool. I love the fact that it was a big surprise for all the fans. But now I'm playing the OG 7 so I can see all the bells and whistles in like references.
The differences,
yes.
That's true.
I technically have two answers. So the answer in regards to a game specifically or games specifically that I played back when I was a kid that were remade that I think are awesome remakes is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. However, I will say one of my favorite games of, I believe, 2020, if I'm not mistaken, or 2019, I can't remember. A game that is a remake, but I didn't technically play the original. I dabbled in the original, was Trials of Mana. I love Trials of Mana. If you have not played that game, that is an awesome Square game. That's a really, really sick experience. If you're into just like action RPG, that's kind of silly but kind of serious, and it gives you good options too. So I really enjoyed that. Guys, do you have an answer for this favorite remix?
I don't.
You can go for movies too if you want to.
I'll say in terms of favorite remakes, and it does say movies, so I'll say in terms of remakes for games, I'll say I do like the Dead Space remake, what they did with that. I think that it's a quality remake outside of even my issues with it. I still can, say from, just how the game looks and how it's played, certain tweaks in terms of the controls. I appreciate that. And I didn't play this one in particular, but I did like what I've seen. I did like the Shadow of the Colossus remake as well.
Oh, hell yes. Yes.
Yeah, I liked how that looked. I played the original, but I haven't played the remake from, Blue Point yet. In terms of remakes, I mean, I didn't play the original Resident Evil 2, but the Resident Evil 2 remake is such a quality game. I played it twice, and that's why I'm ready for the next games. That's why I've been blindly just pre-ordering everyone that comes out since. So I do like the Resident Evil 2 remake, and I think that's about it in terms of that. In terms of remakes of movies, I can't really think of any good ones.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the original. So Night of the Living Dead had a great remake. The original is still in one of the most important cultural films ever made, but I think that the remake of Night of the Living Dead is fucking awesome. It has the dude from Candyman in it. Tony Todd. Is that his name?
Tony Todd. Yes.
Okay. So I could at least put respect on his name. He plays the main character in that, and he's awesome. And it's a great remake.
Friday the 13th.
Remake?
You like the remake of Friday the 13th? Okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, yes.
Damon's Ghost Judge Dredd remake. That is one that is no doubt better than the original by leaps and bounds. Judge Dredd.
I never saw it.
The Judge Dredd remake is amazing.
I think my favorite remake movie has to go to the Evil Dead remake. Because holy shit, like I'm a massive gore hound. I love like bloody stuff in my horror films, and that movie it was fucking raining blood, man. Just yes.
Ooh,
I loved it.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was really fucking good too.
I like that one too. A lot of I know Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Some fans either love or hate the remake. I enjoy it for what it is, but I only like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't like any of the films after that unless it's the remake. That's the only two that I like. So.
And can I just say, like, this is off topic, but there are some really nice comments in the chat about me. Someone said, make more chocolate, fourth member of Cassie's stream. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Aw.
Thank you. Bring that one up. Yeah,
Nice of you.
Neozoic's
Thank
cool,
you.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, Mo Chocolate, we definitely do have to have you on again
Can
for
I
sure.
plug my social media, please?
Oh, yes. That is the
Yeah.
next thing. So we have definitely arrived at the end of the podcast. So I do have the links to both your YouTube as well as your Twitch, and I will drop them in the comments for sure.
can
So
find me
let
on
us know what you got going on, bro.
You can find me on Twitter and TikTok, IG, YouTube, Twitch as Mo Chocolate 9K. Is just like this, but add a 9K at the end. But I'm like the only Mo Chocolate online, so type in Mo Chocolate, you should see me, no problem. But I actually had a question for everyone again. Y'all familiar with this game, right?
Yes.
Now, how do you feel about the sequel being $70?
Crazy.
I hate to say it, but it's going to be worth it. I'm
I
not a Zelda fan. I own a game. I'm not a big Zelda person, but it's going to be worth it.
don't like
I
it.
just
I
don't
can't get behind it.
think it's deserved in terms of what Nintendo is doing on their part. Now, if it was, a next gen release, I could justify that. I think $70 is excessive in general, but there are games that I think deserve to be the price that they do ask for. If this was a next gen game, I could justify it, but given it's not, it's the same as the others, the performance is probably going to be problematic. It's going to probably run at variable
I'm gonna
refresh
buy
rate.
it. I'm gonna buy it, no question. But I hate the fact that they're taking advantage of that. They're like, everyone's gonna buy this. Let's make it $70 to make extra money. Like, it's just so scammy, in my opinion.
I have this sick feeling in my stomach. They're going to delay this game until next year. I know they have a release date, but it's.
I think they would have delayed it already. It's coming out in May.
Yeah,
it's not going to hurt them. They don't. Nintendo's doesn't care about video games right now. They just don't. They don't. It's not what their heart is right now.
I mean, I think PlayStation is more guilty of that than Nintendo. Though Nintendo, they're concerned. They're concerned with the Mario movie. They're concerned with the what is the Mario World thing that they're opening up? Yeah, theme park. Yeah. So I do understand. Like, I do feel like they're both both PlayStation and Nintendo are at least a little bit guilty of that. But I do think PlayStation is worse personally when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's just like the Switch is a current gen game, so it's just like I can't justify that price. I like God of War Ragnarok on PS4 was $60. So it's just it makes no sense. But I'm still gonna buy it. So I guess
I would even say Switch is a current gen system. I could still tell the fucking last one.
Really?
Oh, last year, yeah.
So MKai brings up a point that a lot of people do bring up, and he says N64 games were 70 in the 90s. They were. But at least when I bought a Nintendo game back, on N64, the chances are likely it played damn well and it was a full game. Nowadays, it's like you buy a game that's 70, that's going to have a battle pass, that's going to have skins that are fucking $20 a piece, that's going to have the DLC that has a season pass to it, everything to get every fucking dime out of you. And it's just like, based upon that, that's what turns me off about the $70 price tag. Now, in a perfect world, if every game came out and it works amazingly well, it's not buggy, it's a full game upon release, we don't have to deal with battle passes that come out every fucking 2 months, I would pay 70. I would have no problem with it. But we don't live in a perfect world. We live in a very flawed world.
And the thing is, like, those cartridges were so expensive to manufacture. That's why they were pricey. The PlayStation 1, those games weren't 70, $80. So it's like now with the Switch, with their little games, there is no reason for them to charge that. When Pikmin 4 and all these other games, Mario Odyssey, Pokemon Scarlet was $60, so it's just another open world game. So they're making it 70 because they can, because they know people are going to buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, my thing is, like, within the course of one generation from Nintendo, because the Switch is a handheld. A lot of people want to say, oh, it's either or. No, it is a handheld that projects onto a screen. If it wasn't a handheld, then my analog pocket, which is like, it's literally designed to look like a Game Boy Color, is also a console because I can project it onto my TV screen. So by that, the Switch is a handheld, and within the span of one handheld generation, we went from $40 to now the $70 price tag. That's insane. That's almost double. That's crazy. So that's, to me, I think, just a little bit irrational. But hey,
I agree.
The game is gonna sell like 20 million
I'm still
copies.
gonna buy it, so why am I even bitching about it? I'm still gonna buy it. So cloud makeup.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Kenneth Mullen. If you guys haven't, drop a like. It really helps the stream. And also, if you're new here, subscribe. Always got stuff going
Ring
on.
that bell.
Yes, please do. I would appreciate it, man. It helps it helps a small bum like me out. But this Sunday.
I'm sorry, guys. TJ, we didn't get your 2 cents on the game being 70.
Well, I'm the resident Nintendo hater, so you can't ask me anything about Nintendo.
Gotcha.
Oh man, but yeah. So this Sunday, I'm gonna do watch along for what is it? The Toxic Avenger, which is hilarious because they actually announced like a beat 'em up game recently. And
I have the original.
It just happened to be by chance. It happened to be by chance that happened.
I own a hard copy of the original of the game. It's a beat 'em up. It's fucking hilarious.
So it's just funny that happened. So got that going on.
I'm gonna get that shit.
I'm always uploading videos and stuff. So definitely always got something going for you guys. It's gonna be fun. It's always fun. I always try to have a fun time with the chat.
Those movies are extremely gory. Those movies are extremely gory, just so you know.
All right, so we're gonna see what's up.
I'm gonna post my Twitter link in the chat if that's fine with you, Cass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Put it in the chat. I don't think it's gonna actually link, but I'll like copy. You know what? Let me look it up for you. Let me get it for you real quick.
There's my Twitter if y'all want to follow me.
I will.
Did it pop up? Let me get it.
Oh no, I don't think it popped up.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna get it for you.
Hold up. Here we go. No, stop, computer, stop being.
Here's Mo Chocolate.
There we go.
Twitter. I got
posted it in the private chat also, if that helps. Yeah, I use Twitter more than any other social media site. So if you want to know when I'm live on Twitch or new TikTok out, go to my Twitter, the Bird app.
I got you, bro.
Thank you.
But yeah, overall, guys, it was a good stream. Thank you guys, everyone that did come through. It's been an awesome
much
time.
Fun. I had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you.
Yes. Words of Paradise, thank you so much for coming through. Damon's Ghost, I-Man, Rich the Swaggler, Neozoic, MKai28, Kenneth Mullen, thanks for subbing, man. Really appreciate that. Mercs of Maverick, I-Man, Gothic Chick. Always really good to see you, Gothic Chick. Really good people here. The Sly Crow, the Lemonade King, who's I think the most hype out of anyone for RE4. Trust me, trust and believe. I've seen a lot of hype, but this man he's over the moon.
There's a lot of baby gravy on his television for Leon Kennedy.
Yo,
does he have a Twitter? I want to see his reaction and stuff.
He's in my Discord, so he's definitely been talking about it. Lemonade, please keep your name as the Lemonade King so people are able to distinguish who you are in the server. So, yes, Zeno, the producer, thank you so much. All the super chats, thank you. Drew, Salty Butter Bags.
You're all amazing.
Slade 4K. If I missed anybody, it's not intentional. Come here, little man.
What up, Ziggy?
Yes, Ziggy says, hope you guys had fun. He was busy wreaking havoc downstairs. But yeah, guys, until next time. We're out. TJ, did you have any final words to say?
Nah. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Next week, RE4 remake. We will be on that. And I think next week, John Wick 4 comes out. So yeah it's gonna be an interesting week.
Guardians 3. Guardians 3.
Look at you. You're still hyped about Marvel.
And I think Evil Dead Rises comes out this week too.
It does.
Okay, yeah, we got some good movies
and
coming out this month.
Beavis and Butthead's getting a second season.
Okay, damn. Okay. If you're heading out, guys, hit the like button, subscribe, really helps me out. And with that being said, we are out. Peace.
Salute.
Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck.